looked into it yet.
Oh
So I've been
shit.
looking into it, pricing them out, checking out our
Oh
party size, and then what can
yeah.
we afford, kind of thing.
So Don said he'd be down to hop in a podcast with us. So I talked to him.
Oh,
So
okay, yeah,
if I
yeah,
do an
yeah.
NBA one, like maybe tomorrow, I can hit him up and see if he's free. But
Okay, do you know what
whatever.
his days off are?
I know I don't.
Okay.
And then Julio, he's IT now at the casino. He said him and his daughter would be down for the horror nights.
Oh, to
So
go.
yeah, to go. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
hell
So
yeah.
I'm kind of getting a squad slowly but surely.
Dude, that's
So
so fire. Yeah,
I'm
hell yeah.
excited. Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Julio would be fun to go.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I didn't realize his daughter's already 17. I was like, fuck.
17? Well, I didn't know that. I know she's a lot
Yeah, that's
older, but 17,
I
damn.
know. That's what I'm saying. I was like, he's like, yeah, she's really gotten into the horror stuff lately. I was like, oh, dude, perfect, man. Be a perfect
Yeah.
experience for us all. You know, it'd be fun.
Damn,
So,
who's all still there?
man,
Is there
I
still a
mean,
lot of
day shift like New Orleans there. You know, the OGs like Rich,
New Orleans?
Teddy's there.
Man,
But dude, it's changed
I could
tremendously. I mean,
imagine. Yeah.
it's not the same as like when we were there, but
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It's been what?
different
When did I
different
leave?
environment.
I think I left to go there in 2017 or 18 or something like that.
Hmm.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I can only imagine.
It's went down the hill.
Down, down the-
Yeah.
But I mean, the thing is, like, there was always like, I don't know, even if it was a new person, like the kind of people that go work at a casino, they're interesting people in general. Like, you
Hmm.
kind of got to
Yeah.
be, because a lot of people, that's not their first
Yeah.
thought to go even ever apply at a
Well,
casino.
that's why like when I come across people in like real life, like outside of the casino when I'm like going out to do stuff,
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, you seem like a legit, like, good person. Like, I think you'd fit in with the casino. You probably make some good money.
Yeah.
Like there was a security dude, like when I went to Starbucks one time, he was like
Uh-huh.
dealing with some bullshit outside the Starbucks. I was like, hey man, like I was like, bro, like you would probably fit in like better at the casino. You'd probably get paid more, and
Yeah.
probably like you would like it better because you don't deal with this bullshit out here.
You're
I
not
was
by
like,
yourself.
yeah, exactly. I was like, you should apply because he was dealing with like homeless people and shit.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, we were more like organized up there with security
At
wise.
least you're
So
in your own building and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
something
So
like that. That was what was really appealing for me because, well, I started off doing the trolley security stuff, and
fuck yeah,
you're posted at a station all day. You're
hmm,
eating whatever's nearby. You really don't have anywhere to put like a at
yep,
home lunch or anything. So you kind of got to walk to a Starbucks or to a Pizza Hut, whatever's near you. So you're
yeah,
spending money. And when I was told that, hey, we'll pay you a couple more dollars to go to the casino, your
yeah,
cover, is all over the building. So if anything ever goes south,
shit,
you got cover around the corner.
yep,
You're indoors, you're not outside in the elements anymore. When it's hot, you got AC. When it's cold, you're inside with a heater.
yep,
You know what I mean? Like,
hmm,
kind of a no-brainer to me. It's just getting used to the smoke, I'd say, is the only
yeah,
downside, honestly.
yeah. Well, I
Um,
mean, I feel like it's more organized. I was working when I started security. I was at G4S. Is when I got hired at like Securitas and then the
oh,
G4
okay. Yeah.
G4S. So I took the G4S job, and then it was like I was working like dude like 8 different banks.
Were they
I was like I
chill?
was pretty much I was like a breaker.
Oh, okay.
So everyone that had their site locations, like Chula Vista, North Park, San Isidro, La Mesa. Where else did I work? I worked a couple others. But I'd be like their breaker. So I just every day would be different. So I'd be like, oh, one day I'm in Chula Vista, one day I'm in North Park, one day I'm in like La Mesa, whatever it may be.
I'm sure that got old.
It did, because everyone was different, man. It
Yeah.
was just like all this, like they all had their own like feng shui thing going on. So it was just like, well,
New management, new fucking
yeah,
everything, I'm sure.
yeah, it was always a different management. So I was like, oh, we prefer you to do this, and I was like, okay, like, well, just tell me, like, I don't know, like,
Right. It is the first I'm hearing of it.
yeah, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. It was like first year new security, so it's like,
What got you in a security period?
well, I was working I was manager at Party City for like 5 years,
Oh, no
like,
shit.
yeah, like shipping receiving manager. And then from there, like I was like, I need to get the fuck out of here. This place retail sucks.
To
Halloween around here sucks. Like, let me get out of
the
here,
Halloween around here.
dude. Yeah, October at Party City is brutal.
Really?
Like, yeah, like because everyone comes in and just fucks off. It's like,
I can see that. I thought it would be like festive or like I don't know,
I mean,
some
it was
perks or
after
something.
working there 5 years. I mean, you know, people come in, try a bunch of costumes, don't buy one. People trying to steal shit. It's just, I mean, it's retail at the end of the day.
Right.
So,
And then you're just like, fuck it. I'll give this security shit
well,
a
I
try.
think because you remember Greg got into security, and
Oh
then he
yeah.
was like, "Hey man, just get your guard card." He's like, "I'll try to get you up here," and
Yeah.
then he's like, "Let me just give me a few." That's what I did. So, because
No.
he's my brother-in-law at the time, and then my sister and him got divorced. So yeah,
Right. You guys still talk?
yeah. I see him all the time. Yeah, it's my
Nice.
nephews, you know.
Right.
So
Okay, that's cool. Where is he now? Does he still do
he
security?
work, yeah, he's a day. He's like working like 9 to 5 at like a hospital or something like that.
Okay,
He has
chilling.
weekends off. Yeah, he's big chilling. Yeah, so
Nice.
it's vibing.
I feel like everybody went to the hospitals now.
Yeah, or like Paragon. I know McCown's over there.
Oh,
Nico's
okay.
over there. Yeah. Some of
That's
those.
a good paying security job,
Yeah.
right?
Yep. Apparently, but you know.
Damn. And you were like, fuck that. I'm out of here.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just because I dealt with health stuff, and then I was like, I need to get out of here, and I switched my degrees and all that stuff.
Right.
Ibuprofen because I already feel myself getting a fucking headache. Dude, I had like 4 shots of Jameson plus like 3 Baja Blasts, and we played some like drunk Mario Kart, and that was bullshit. I got fucking robbed of a victory.
Drunk Mario Kart. That sounds fun. Yeah, when we go to Horror
Shit.
Nights, they have a few bars down there in their city walk area.
Oh, that'd be dope.
We kind of pregame a little bit before we go in there and go crazy.
Sign me up. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm excited, man.
that shit's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I'm slowly getting people like kind of aboard. I was like, hey, we're probably gonna do all of them. I was in like vlog it, so it was like just
If
like
you're,
once
yeah,
the more the merrier. I was like, the more the merrier. I was like, I just want good vibes, you know.
hell
And
yeah.
I was kind of shocked. Some people like I know were like, "Oh, I can't do that." Like, absolutely not. We don't do the like in person scary stuff. And I was like,
Oh yeah,
"Really?
yeah.
You guys are like big time like scary movie people. Like, what the fuck?" They're like, "Yeah, we can't
Oh
do the in
really?
person." They're like, "Yeah, we can't do the in person scary stuff because it's like too traumatic for us." I was like, "No fucking way." I was like, "You guys?" I was like, "No way." They're like, "Yeah,
Ridiculous.
we get scared like easily." I was like, "That's crazy to me." I was
Yeah,
like, "That's bizarre."
that's the fun part to me. I mean, I think that's the fun part.
That's what I was saying. I was like, just go. Like, I mean, it'll be
Yeah.
fun, you know. Like, I'm not gonna protect you, but it's what it is, you know. Size 16 Magnum can't do much, you know. So,
Dude, size 16. Did anybody say anything about that to you?
well, yeah. I mean, a lot of yeah. I sent it to my mother. So my aunt
You
hit me
sent
up
it to
today.
your mother.
So that the clip you clip, my aunt was like, Kyle, send your mother that clip that got clipped. She's like, you need to send her that. It's hilarious. And then I sent it to my mom, and she was dying laughing. She's like, that's all true shit. And I was like, that's
Oh,
funny. Yeah. My sister hit me up like at before the fact. She's like, I can't believe you said that online. She's like, that's hilarious. And I was like, that's literally true life shit that had happened. And my mom was like, yeah, like that's true. So I was like,
that's why I
okay.
lie about it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was probably the funniest thing I've heard in a long time.
Yeah, I got dude. I hit some memories though with some stuff. So maybe eventually I'll get there if I remember the memories.
The memory of what the clip?
No, just of other stories that I had that
Oh,
I
okay,
thought
yeah.
about after the fact, but
Just
I
as they
mean, I don't
come, you
know.
know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll save them. What about you? Has that like other side of the family hit you up or no?
Um, I guess there's gonna be like an all men's. They do. I guess they've done all men's breakfasts, once a year. All
Oh,
the
that's
men
dope.
on that side of the family and the kids included will all go to IHOP and just hang out, kind of thing. So that's kind of cool to be
Yeah,
invited to that and just kind
yeah,
of
that's dope.
be part of traditions and stuff like that. It's pretty
Yeah,
sick.
yeah.
Um, Other than that, no, I've been slowly getting more and more, social media like follows and stuff like that, names that I'm
Yeah.
starting to recognize, and it's kind of cool, and it's kind of like, oh shit, they get to see all
Mhm.
the
Yeah,
shit I post now and stuff like that. But it's all
yeah.
good because all the stuff I post is kind of, I mean, I'm not ashamed of any
Do
of the
you
stuff I post.
do you feel like you have an issue with like separating your personal life and like your professional life with this aspect of like podcasting and stuff like that, or do you feel like you can blend it all together and not have an issue?
Mm, Any issue separating the two?
Yeah.
No, not yet. I could see where there's potential problems
Same.
because some people might not want to be mentioned or spoken
Yeah.
about or stuff like
Yeah.
that. But other than that, no.
Yeah.
And then like so for the podcast, the previous one, uh everyone, I mean, aside from my wife, she really didn't care.
Yeah.
The other guys, they all have jobs that they were kind of a little sensitive about people finding out stuff about them. So they were really holding back on like
What they're saying.
letting themselves loosening up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we got to a kind of fun play back and forth, like naturally and just kind of let it. They had a hard time like letting themselves get there because they didn't want to say something too far.
Yeah. I know
So
that's like I feel like with me, I've always been a very open person. Like I'm
yeah,
not one to hold anything back. So I feel like when I say stuff, people are like, "Whoa, I can't believe you said that." I'm like, "Well, that's just who I am. Like I'm an open book. I have nothing to hide. I'm very honest. Like
right,
that's my one like my greatest strength is also my greatest weakness is where I'm also like very honest and I will tell you something and it may like come off as shocking, but at least I'm honest about it. But like some of the people are turned off by that.
yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like, when I'm doing this stuff, it's like I can't believe you talked about that. It's like, well, like it happened. So it's like I'm not gonna like, differentiate it. And it's like trying to get like my certifications for the state. So I was thinking about that. I was like my psychology certifications. I was like, well, you know what? Like I'm just myself, true and true. If they can't accept that, then like it is what it is. Like if that's not the field that for me, then I'll just go a route that I have to go. So
Right. And I mean, and I can't imagine that sharing either funny stories or life experiences or
yeah,
opinions on things like, I mean, I can't imagine that something could be said that is so detrimental that, they would hold it against you. I mean, if you start obviously saying stuff that's like, I don't know, like I don't
well,
know,
if you
shit that I guess you haven't really said before anyway.
well, yeah, I mean, if you get in like the sensitive topics where like people are like super sensitive about, then it's like it becomes like a problem, right?
Potentially, yeah.
But like I tell people, it's like all love with me. Like I am an open book. Like if you're going through something, talk to me. Like I'm always communication is the first line of like offense and defense.
Yeah, for sure.
So we all go through stuff. Like I've had family members that killed themselves and just like a lot of trauma in my past. So if,
Right.
if you're going through something, we're always there for you. So
Right.
goes down to that.
So I mean, yeah, I mean, but I get it when people are kind of like, "Fuck, I don't know if I want to do it anymore," just because it's hard for
Yeah,
me to like fully dive in.
yeah.
So I get it's kind of a
Sign me up. I'm with it. I'm all about the experimentation on that aspect of like the psychological aspect of
yeah, like
how are people feeling about this. Let's see what you have to say.
definitely, yeah.
Like I'm a clown because I think Kawhi is better than whoever. But it's like that's just my personal opinion. We all have our personal opinions. I
Right.
still I still think the worst take ever in sports to this day is Colin Cowherd saying that Ben Simmons is the next LeBron, which is like the worst take of all time.
Pretty bad,
You
yeah.
know, and
Yeah.
it's like he's still doing his thing, so it's like who cares? Like
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
we're all our people, man. Like we all have our taste, and like I like chocolate, you like vanilla. Like so what? Like it is what it is.
Right, I shouldn't be offended by any of it,
Yeah.
for
No,
sure.
that's funny shit.
Okay, let me see. I think I'm pretty much good now. I have
Yeah, I
everything.
shared your link on my story, so hopefully we get some bites. But we'll
Oh,
see.
wait, one more I got. No, I'll leave TikTok alone for now. I don't really care about that one too much. Okay.
Do you have anything planned for today or no? Are you kind of just winging it?
We're mainly gonna wing it. I have something more structured for tomorrow.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, if you want to start with like NBA, I guess I don't know, or you
yeah,
want to
I
just
have that. I have NBA
sports,
stuff.
sports in general. I mean, they got World Baseball Classic going on, which has been hype. So,
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't
and
have
we
much
we
on that
we
one.
also have these Angel Reese clips of her missing a bunch of layups that are perfect passes from Caitlin Clark. So, I mean,
Bro,
if you want to talk about
she's
that's been the
always
thing.
been like
I
that.
feel like she does it on purpose. It's like, what the hell?
Nah, she's just
She's just
garbage.
1v1. Who you got, me or her? That's the real question.
She's like uh nah, I don't even know if I want to compare her to him. But
Oh dear. Oh dear. Ronnie Turioff. No, he actually finished at the rim at least.
No, yeah. My initial, because she's so defensive oriented, and kind of
She be getting like 18 rebounds. It's like, oh shit.
my first impression is like a Ben Wallace type, like all defense, no offense, right? Like, but Wallace finishes better
Wallace,
than
yeah, he would
City
finish
has.
though. That's the thing. He could finish. I mean, shooting a jumper though, like I don't know about that.
Because I feel like Ben had a lot of like 10 rebound, or 10 point, 20 rebound games type thing.
And no offense, Ben had better hair, low key. So low key, high key, Ben had better hair.
Low-key. Oh yeah, so that her just being
And he was undrafted, yeah. So
and yeah, that's true. Undrafted, uh, damn, undrafted Hall of Famer.
yeah,
I don't know how many of those there are out there, but that's pretty impressive for sure.
yeah.
Him and my boy Austin Reeves are about to be in that same column one day.
I like that the thing you sent me with the thing you posted with the fucking the Reeves and Luca with the low rider.
Oh yeah, that was so fire.
He's got like the twisties in. I was like, okay, Austin,
You dig it?
okay.
I think you got to pull that off
Hey,
sometime. You could do that.
I could probably do it. Yeah, I've been talking to this chick. She might braid my hair, so
Yeah.
we'll see. She needs practice, but I mean, I'm down for her to braid my hair.
What would you do if you were to get it like Iverson?
Well,
Or
I've braided my hair before. I've normally done like like a big one in the middle on the top, and then like a couple on the sides, and we just do it into one in the back.
Okay.
And then I look Dominican, but it's okay.
All right.
I hit an average. I probably, if I go out in the league right now, I probably hit 305.
It ups your batting average for sure.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
You got the baseball shades on. You know what I mean? Like
I do. Yeah, I do. I'm ready. I'm ready right now. I'm locked in. No, it's just my eyes probably have some big old bags over them. Or I can just go like this, look like Doc Brown from fucking Back to the Future.
You're just trying not to show off your St. Patty's Day celebrations.
Shit. Well, I had to do it.
Yeah, it's fire. Hold on, let me load something up really quick.
Not do your thing.
Have you been did you watch the past two Laker games? The Nuggets.
I saw the highlights. I seen Luka balling out with the game winner the other night.
What'd you think of the Nugget game? Did you
honestly, if you're battling with the Nuggets like that and you're competing and you're winning with a game winner, I mean, hey, that's a dub, And like what LeBron's coming off the bench, which I think is beneficial. So
he's definitely playing third fiddle for sure.
Do you think Luka is MVP right now?
He's in the conversation, but I don't think he's ahead of Shea yet.
What about Cade? Do you think Cade's out of the conversation or no? Cade just dropped 30 last night.
Well, his team has been losing a lot right now. So I think he's slipping, but like if there was a top 5, I think he's like in the 5 still. But I think I would I would have Luka like around 3 to 4 right now.
After us talking about it that last week, I think Stefan Castle is like becoming one of my favorite players in the league.
I'm telling you.
His move set is fuck. Do you see that movie he had yesterday where he like had this behind the back on the post offender and just like kind of Jordan-esque hit him with it like behind the back down, and then hit him with like the whoop and went around this way.
Get on the Steph Castle train now.
100% agree.
Yeah, this was the Cade train maybe like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Get on the Steph Castle train now. He's going to be one of the young stars, if not next year, the following.
I'm with you on that one.
For sure. As far as exciting young players, people need to be like, oh, shit, he's the next one. One of them ones, that's him for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So I do want to go over the Lakers-Nuggets game and kind of break down like the play of the Lakers as of late and how the narrative has changed so much between Luka being the problem, between his complaining, his lack of defense, and there's even been like crazy, I don't know, questions being thrown out there whether Nico Harris was actually Nico Harris, right?
Yeah, Harrison.
Harris. Whatever. The Mavs GM that they fired.
The Mavs clown that traded him away.
The guy in charge of trading Luka.
Which they got lucky. I mean, like if they didn't get lucky like that to get the first round pick,
right?
It wouldn't be like, oh, he did the right thing,
Right. Rigged is what I would say.
Yeah, it just so happens it's kind of like the Cavs situation where they got 2 first round picks back-to-back years. So
right.
bullshit.
So what I was saying, people were trying to say that he was maybe correct in what he did, and a lot of people were starting to fiddle around with that question. You know what I mean? And try to like kind of humor that, take it serious in a way, and try to, or should I say, entertain the fact that Nico might be
Yeah.
correct for what he did. And I guess you've been watching while they were, while they were at their low, and now you're watching them now when they're middle of, what is this, 6 or 7 games in a row now that they've
Well,
won?
you got to you got to realize
Six games?
this team isn't that good, and they're
Exactly.
still balling out like they are. Which
Right.
I'm like, you have Reeves and Luca that are balling out, and like Aiden's like doing what he has to do, and then you have these like the role players they have, which aren't like the best role players you could have possibly.
Right. Yeah. We
That are
have
putting up.
like a strong-ish 6.
Yeah.
Like a decent 6.
When LeBron's not getting boxed out by a 5'8" guy. I mean,
And
I know you saw
that
that.
happens time to time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
but you
Jeremy
got to
Lin.
give him
Prime
credit
example, Jeremy Lin.
for that Tatis extension on that loose ball. You know what I mean? Like he
Yeah,
dove
did
on a
dive.
ball.
I was surprised. Yeah.
He even
I think
admitted he's never done that before.
he hasn't. Regular season, like what the hell are you doing? Don't get
Right.
hurt.
Yeah.
Like I'm not big on that, but it's like LeBron, like come on now. You know better than that,
Right. Right. Do you so I guess name me, if you had to give me like 4 contenders, serious championship contenders right now. Give me your 4.
So I'm gonna say the three out of the West.
Okay.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We have Thunder, we have Nuggets, Spurs. Wait, hold on. Thunder, Nuggets, Spurs, and then probably Pistons. And then I would have the Lakers like right outside of that, honestly.
Okay, that's
just
like
based on their play.
That's common, I think. I think that's a common prediction, I think.
Yeah, I think the Spurs are the scariest because just the youth they have, and I think they just have they have life. But I mean, obviously the Thunder have the depth and the young,
Yeah, they're deep. Young, athletic, defensive oriented. They can guard every position. Can guard.
Yep.
Yeah, they're gonna be tough to beat. The Thunder, the Nuggets. I'm having a lot of reservation about just because of their inconsistent.
Oh, I felt, dude. You know what?
What?
I take that back. Let me take that back right now. Let me go Thunder, Pistons, right? 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I will go. I'm going to go Celtics and then Spurs. So 2 from each. So top 4, right? It's what you said, or top 5.
Got it. Celtics. Okay. Yeah, Celtics have been still playing pretty good. I mean,
even with Tatum, like, what he's doing. Dude, honestly, I kind of like Tatum. He's growing on me. I know I was telling you that. I was like, I hate his personality, but honestly, his play, dude, I love his fucking game.
I was about to say his play, I thought would have been right up your alley, right?
It is.
Like,
no, it really, honestly,
smooth.
it's so smooth.
It's
dude.
so smooth,
and like him and Jaylen Brown complement each other so well. Like it's weird.
Yeah.
Like like Jaylen Brown got that lockdown defense. Like me and Tatum can play when he wants to, but it's just Tatum's got this smooth style of game where I'm like, dude, he's not gonna make that, and he just makes these jumpers all the time. And I'm like, God damn.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah.
I mean, the Cavs are 64 and 18 right now, which is crazy. Yeah. So I mean, obviously the Cavs are going to be good. So
the Cavaliers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Pistons kind of dropped off.
Yeah, they've been on a little bit of a losing streak.
Let me switch. Yeah, let me switch out my Pistons with the Cavs, and I'll go Spurs, Thunder, Cavs, Celtics. I guess that's the top 2, right, in each conference. Well, the Thunder and Rockets are top 2. Oh shit, I forgot about the Rockets. Goddamn.
Yeah, the Rockets. We just played them.
Yeah, the Nuggets and Lakers are tied with the top spot. But my dark horse, the Clippers, baby, the Terminator.
They're not doing anything,
dude. It's sitting 5th, bro. They're 50 and 32.
They're not a threat to anybody right now.
I'm sorry, but any team with Kawhi is a threat. I'm sorry. You got to give him his respect. No, I know you saw me post that thing on my story. Kawhi just ripping one of the GOATs, LeBron James.
That's one play.
I mean? They hit it with that Boosie track. Give me that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I have a hard time hopping on anything for the Wait,
Well,
so hold on.
you know,
What?
Clippers are origin San Diego. Come on now.
I see
I
the Clippers are in 8th
they're
place
fifth.
right now.
No, they're fifth. It shows fifth where I'm looking.
What's the record that you're reading right there?
50-32.
Nah,
Oh,
that has to be last year.
oh, it is last year. What the fuck? Never mind. All right, here we go.
All right, let's
Oh yeah,
give me
yeah.
redo. Let's redo this top four.
Let me redo my list. Yeah, I was right. Pistons, Celtics, yeah, Thunder, Spurs, and then Lakers right outside that, and then the Cavs. Yeah, I'm looking at the wrong list. God damn.
Okay.
All right. That makes sense. I was like, this doesn't seem right. I was like, I don't even think the Pistons have lost 20 games. They haven't. They're 49-19.
Yeah, they have lost a couple games, but it's not like that crazy.
Like I said, Cade is one of my favorite players to watch.
Yeah,
he's got that smooth game, man. Even in high school, I watched this guy. I was just like, damn, he's got a smooth ass game.
Cade's a beast for sure. So the Nuggets. Oh, let me just highlight. We're creating separation right there. The Lakers at the 3.
I'm looking right now. Yeah, 40,
you see,
43 and 25. Yeah.
We got the wins, and then we got the losses, and we also have the tiebreakers on a lot of these teams. So we have the tiebreaker over the Nuggets for the year, right? So if we tie at the end of the year, we're gonna get that home court advantage. And over the Timberwolves, same deal with them.
Are we live right now, or
we are? We're just rolling.
Okay.
We're just rolling.
Yeah, fine with me. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, live. YouTube, Twitch, Kick.
Yeah, I was just making sure. I didn't know if you didn't want to do an intro because we're just like rambling now at this point. But
it's cool. We're flowing right now. We're going.
Yeah. But let me ask you this real quick before we, So in a series, would you rather take Luka and Austin Reeves or Jamal Murray and Jokic?
Well,
as a duo.
Well, shit. After the last game,
or do you want to throw LeBron with Luka instead of Austin Reeves?
Nah, LeBron is taking that third position on the team, like on the chin, like the real true teammate.
If he accepts that, I'll gain a lot of respect for LeBron. Honestly, if he's like, hey, you know what? Let me play my role.
I feel like he has been doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that, honestly.
Or at least since the return from the injury, he's been doing that.
Yeah, I know I've been really harsh on LeBron, but I'm starting to like, all right, let me calm down.
You're a closet fan. It's okay.
Let me calm down. I kind of am when he was younger, man. He was fun to watch. But I'm telling you right now, when they got drafted, I was a Melo guy. So
that's fair. Why can't we do both?
I don't know. I like dudes with braids. I don't know. No homo. No homo.
Oh, so that's all you got to do to win Kyle over,
I was here. Hey, Kawhi, Iverson, Ben Wallace.
Damn, you're not lying, Cade.
No, seriously, yeah. Cade's got the braids sometimes. Yeah, honestly, yeah. It's just a style for me, I guess.
Damn, dude, what the heck?
I guess I'm buying. It's a long hair thing, I guess. Long hair connection.
A brotherhood.
Yeah.
I guess I'm more part of the bald brotherhood. I guess that's why I'm okay with LeBron.
Hey, if you call someone bald now, it's sexual harassment. So I ain't doing that.
Nah, they're soft if they get upset.
Hey, but if you have a Carlos Boozer shit going on, where you have like a tattoo on your head, I'm like,
respect.
No, I'm like, what are you doing?
No.
I mean, I don't judge, but
it does look a little ridiculous. You see the tournament's about to start.
Yep. How do you think about the expansion teams they announced recently?
Oh yeah.
So it looks like Minnesota and the Grizzlies are moving to the east, and we're gonna get Seattle and Vegas to the west.
I think that's good. I mean, if I'm Minnesota, I'm like ecstatic about that, right? Like,
yeah.
What's their record now? 42-27. If they were in the Eastern Conference today, so
they would be fourth or fifth,
right?
Much.
They're sitting in sixth in the West now. They'd be right there, tied for fourth right now.
Yeah.
Like, come on, you go to the easier conference.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd be excited if I'm a fan of them or if I'm them, period. Like, I'd be all about that. And Memphis, I mean, Memphis is going to be garbage for the next couple of years, but
what about the like some of the worst teams in the league? What team do you think could make a splash in the next 5 years? So let's go Mavs, Jazz, Kings on the west, and then you have on the east Nets, Wizards, Pacers.
Well, the Jazz and the Mavs for sure have the brighter the brighter
Yeah,
futures,
yeah. I agree. I agree.
right?
So the West is just—it's crazy how better the West is to me.
It's always so
I
tough
don't
to,
understand what the fuck is going on in the league,
yeah,
but
always.
goddamn,
Right,
it's like I feel like the East ran the league since like the '80s, right? With the
right.
Celtics, you
D
know,
right, right,
Bulls, all the Pistons, all this shit, right? And then now it's just like the West, West, West. It's like goddamn.
right. So, okay, so just to pick someone really quick on the East,
Mhm.
your favorite, the
Okay.
Hornets, and
Oh
the
yeah, my Hornets, yeah, but they're not top. They're not near the bottom. I mean, they're 10th in the Eastern Conference, but
yeah.
they're
Like,
not 15 wins. They're 35 wins. The jump from 10th to 15 is crazy. You have 35 wins at 10th place opposed to 15 wins with the Pacers at 15, but they're just tanking at that point, right?
right. Well, yeah, the Pacers are just hurt right now.
Yeah, and it's crazy. The Bucks are 28 and 40.
Yeah, they have a bad team.
Yeah, well, Giannis,
Um,
he got hurt, right? I think he got hurt the other night. Sprained his
Giannis.
ankle.
Yeah, Giannis, and then the team overall, it's just a really weak roster.
I kind of
Um,
like the kid on the Hawks though,
which
the
one?
Jalen Johnson.
Oh yeah, he's good.
He's a monster, and they got the other dude on that team too. That's kind of young. That be shooting the lights out. So it's like, damn.
Yeah, they got a pretty good team. I think shit. You
They
know
need
what?
they need
This
another piece though.
so this is what I was about to ask you question wise.
Hmm.
What do you think attributes to winning the most in the NBA? Like what in it so like I'll use the Lakers as the example. Or no, I'll
Hmm.
use the Thunder as the example because they're kind of the model right now.
They really are.
Would you put more weight on the superstar player, the head coach, or I'm just going to call them the basketball president, the president of basketball operations?
Mm.
Who would you think is most important to winning if you had to create a hierarchy?
I think it's gonna start with the player, obviously, right? Because you need fans in the stands, so you need that superstar to be like, all right, like let's turn this thing around. Like Lakers weren't doing
Mm,
shit without Magic, you know. Like I mean, they were, but it's like once
right.
he got there, it was like the spark was alive.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Go ahead.
it starts with the player, obviously, and then it trickles down from that. But it's honestly open to like the market as well, because
Okay.
I feel like whatever market you're in, like the heavyweights, are going to be always like competing because they're not gonna like step down from being kind of like a contender. Like the Lakers are always like, all right, you know what, our team fucking sucks. Let's go fucking buy someone real quick or trade someone, trade all our picks, and let's try to like do something to be competitive because our fans are gonna fucking hate us if we don't. They're gonna lose marketability.
Right.
And then at a certain point, it's like, I mean, like that's what I was thinking about the other day. I was like, when's the last time the Lakers drafted someone that they kept that they legit have like made a significant like monumental like difference besides like Kobe? Besides even he was traded for at the draft. I would say
Exactly.
Magic, right? I would think.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Or like I don't know if you want to go Reeves maybe now, like current day, I guess, right? But
So
he's
far,
not.
yeah.
I don't think he's like on the Kobe. He's not on the
And
Kobe
he
level,
technically
obviously.
wasn't even drafted. We signed him.
Oh, there you go. So I
Yeah.
mean, so it kind of just depends. I
So who
mean,
who would who would you have second between head coach and front
I
office?
would go. I would start with player, then front office, and then coach. The coach is kind of just throwing in. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like you have these legends that are coaching now, and it's like it kind of just depends on their game plan. Like look at Kerr. Like now Kerr is kind of like everyone's questioning what he's doing over in Golden State. It's like is he doing the right thing? With his roster, with the whole like what's his name, Kaminga thing
Kaminga.
going on right there, right? They're like, oh, why are these like he's got a beef with him or something like that. It's like,
Right. Let
and
me
it harps back to the whole Browns thing with me with Shador too, because it's like, what's up with
right.
you got beef? Like the head coach got beef, so it's like, what the fuck?
Right. If I had to lay out my hierarchy,
Hmm.
and I was thinking about this with the Thunder and the Spurs, uh, I would go front office first.
Yeah,
And when we look at the way the Thunder have crafted this bulk of draft picks,
they got
this
lucky though. You got to remember they got fucking lucky. They pretty much robbed the Clippers. Maybe the worst trade ever.
Right, but is that really luck or is that strategy? Because I don't. Shea wasn't that high of a lottery pick.
But you saw him in the Clippers like his first season. You're like, oh, this guy kind of seems like he's nice. So maybe it's scouting.
But it
Maybe you're
was
right.
a
The front
maybe,
office
maybe,
scouting. Yeah.
and
I
with
mean, if I honestly, because even when I was like, everyone's so high on Paul George, I wasn't, because I was like, why is this dude bouncing from here to there? And I was like, what's going on with this guy?
but at the time, Paul George was a really
Yeah,
big name. You know what I mean?
he was,
I
but he
don't know if
wasn't
he
a big
was an
name.
all star or not, but
But yeah, to the NBA. But if to me, I was like, yeah, I'm like, he has potential. Like they're like the biggest thing that I remember that one off season was like, oh, he grew a couple inches like in the off season, right?
mm,
So, but no, I'm with you on that. Front office starts, and then let's go down from there. Let's
because
see
you
what you got.
still have to hit on Jalen Williams, J Dub, Jalen Williams.
True.
You still have to hit on drafting between Jabari Smith and Chet because Paolo was already off the board. So
That would have been great. I
it
forgot
was
Paolo.
really and
That would have been
Jabari
nice.
was the number one overall pick consensus for like weeks going into
Yeah.
the draft up until like a week or two where Paolo started to kind of jump into the conversation.
Yeah, then he had the health problems. Yeah.
So they took him and people were like, "Oh shit, now Jabari's available. Will the
Mhm.
Thunder take Jabari now? This, 6'10", like stretch 3-point shooter that can block shots."
Mhm.
And instead they went with Chet, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, there are, and not to mention the amount of picks accumulated that they're gonna just have within to like this year's draft and the next like 5 is
Yeah.
ridiculous. You know what I mean?
It's
So
yeah.
and then
King's ransom for sure.
my example on the flip end, like as far as like to think superstar, well, I guess we would have to try to figure out who would be like a true superstar versus like an all-star. But we can look at teams like when the Grizzlies had their tandem of Morant and Jaren Jackson. Um, we can look at, I guess, the Clippers when they have Kawhi and Paul George, what they did with their assets, from there. Um, and I think the
Yeah.
Clippers overall are a pretty good organization. They have had some pretty decent draft picks.
I
They're
mean,
playing a lot of their
what?
young guys now that are contributing pretty
Yeah,
well.
yeah, but yeah, they're contributing. What's like they haven't really done anything though. Like I feel like
Right.
their owner has been like, oh yeah, we're trying to make a splash, but it's like you're competing with the Lakers in that market, and it's like lackluster. I'm
The
sorry,
Lakers is a
but
great example of like the superstar is technically like first in charge there.
well, do you
Where
think Jalen Williams on the Thunder would have developed under a different staff opposed to the staff he's in because they have such a young roster and they were able to like kind of gel together with the young guys they have that like can attribute to the chemistry that they have right now?
the
Like,
way
opposed if he
like
went to a team where it's like a bunch of old dudes,
yeah,
like veterans, where he's like, "Oh, I'm kind of out of place here. Like, I just need to like do whatever." Do you think he would have been the same guy?
I don't know. I really believe that some franchises you'll go there and your career can potentially never take off. And I'm looking right at the Wizards on my
Yeah,
board.
man. What the
They
fuck is going on
have
with the Wizards? They need to just rebrand, become the Generals again. Just hit the reset button or just something, dude.
they
Are you
it would at least
go
make sense for why
become
they're
the
losing.
Redskins or something? Make it interesting. Become the Redskins or something like
Right.
that. I don't know,
But
but
they've drafted Alex Sarr, number 1 overall pick. Was he number
bust?
1 pick?
Question
Or
mark?
was it
Yeah.
yeah,
No,
was he?
I think it was number 2. I don't know. Let me look at
Number 1 or 2 to Risa Shea, or was it that draft? It may have been that draft. So he was either 1 or 2. I thought he was a first overall pick. Maybe not.
I think he might have been. He's 2024. Oh, he was the second. It's the second pick.
To Zachary?
Oh yeah. Let me look it up. 2024 draft. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it was Sarr was second, and then yeah, Zachary
Okay.
was first.
So you get a top 2 pick
Crazy.
and
Spurs have just always fucking drafted well. Fuck them for that.
okay, so you're picking up what I'm putting down.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you're
like
right. You're right. You're right.
they're kind of they're pulling all the right levers all the time. and they keep putting themselves in these positions of championships. You know what I mean? Like, you can draft whatever player. You could put Luca on the Wizards,
Yeah.
and I don't think the Wizards have the capability to put a good team around him because of their front office, right? So like no matter what, Luca can't make them a championship team, you know?
Dog shit.
Versus if you put him with whoever's in charge of the Spurs and the Thunder, you know, Sam Presti of the Thunder, and I forget the name of the
Yeah,
guy
they've
for the
came up.
Spurs.
They definitely came up for sure.
And the Lakers are a good example of being superstar heavy, but we miss on the margins every time it comes to role players or free agency or the draft. Like we just keep missing these little pieces that would make our lives so much easier. If we had a really strong Dalton Connect per se, like a different player, but who was under his contract that was actually contributing and playing and like being a big part of the team on a rookie salary, you know how much better this team would be like right now instead of just like a bench warmer that we could have just signed off of the free agent market that, you know what I mean? There's no difference. It's like we picked up another minimum guy, a G leaguer guy, versus if we would have hit with there was a draft we had Jalen Hood Shafino, and in between that there was a Jaime Jaquez, there was a who's the guy, the redhead guy for the Warriors, Pajemski.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
Pajemski, and then there was even Cam Whitmore, who's pretty much in the Wizards, just pretty much lost in the depths of hell over there. He's probably never going to bounce back to fully reach his potential. But there were so many other guys we could have picked following the Jalen Hood Shafino pick who have
Mhm.
made our lives so much better. So even we could have had two really strong contributors on rookie
Could have had
deals.
Keyshawn George, low key.
Keontae George,
Yeah, Keon, yeah. No, low
man,
key.
yeah.
Yeah.
If he was available, all star. We're talking about now potentially in a year or so. You know what I mean? Like he's
I
on
mean,
that level.
how do you I never asked you about this, but how do you feel about the whole Bronny James situation with the LeBron situation?
Um, like in what way? Like do
Do you
I
feel like
like
he was just in the league now because his dad? Do you feel like that was like an aspect of like why he was drafted, or do you
yeah.
feel like
I think there's
he was
like
just like, do you think he's NBA ready? Like, you think he could compete? You know, like
there's like a few angles. Like he's for sure in the league. He's for sure on a full NBA contract because of nepotism, right? His dad is LeBron James.
yeah,
His dad had a contract expiring that summer that we were interested in doing anything we needed to do to make sure he stays happy. So we
makes me
signed.
wonder. Yeah,
It was part of LeBron signing. You know what I mean? Like
that's what I'm
doing.
saying. It makes me wonder if they didn't. They're like, no, you know what? No, we're not taking this kid. Like, we could have, done whatever else, right? And I wonder if LeBron walks and it'd be a different team. So
It honestly, like the way that the news were, the rumors were swirling at that time, it was very dependent on what the Lakers did with Bronny and how they handled his draft um situation. So
yeah,
the Warriors are always a threat to steal LeBron every summer. There's always been this fantasy dream pairing, especially we saw it on display during the Olympics for Steph and LeBron to be on the court on the same team together one day. And that's been something the Warriors have had a hard on every fucking year. Like every time it
take
comes
him.
down
Yeah,
to it, they're always inquiring about LeBron's availability. So that is, and not to mention they're a team that's not too far from LA already. So LeBron wouldn't be too far away from his family. He's still playing in California. He's playing with a superstar. He's potentially winning. There's a lot of positives for LeBron to be interested in going to Golden State. But obviously, you know, the image thing, LeBron is very conscious of his image. You know, he doesn't like being the bad guy. So he's given the Lakers a lot of like, hey, I want to retire here. I'm happy here, this and that. But he does play chess and he'll leverage Bronny's draft day coming up. And
yeah,
we'll mention it would be really nice to be here with my son playing one day,
He's trying to play
knowing
with
damn
his
well.
other son, right? Like Bryce as well, right? That's his
Yeah,
dream. But it's like
yeah, he might
this,
be another year away from being like ready for NBA
well,
action.
I honestly think if LeBron, LeBron is a very intelligent human being. I think
Hmm.
he's realizing now that he's like the West is kind of fucking stacked.
Yeah,
He's like, he's probably leaning towards going back to the Cavs after this year, if I would have to say, right? Because
most likely.
I feel like, I mean, obviously the Pistons are young, but and also the Celtics, but like after that, like, the Cavs are always a question mark.
Well, if you're
Uh
LeBron, what is the number one thing you would imagine he would want in a
Probably
team?
go back home, right? That's his home.
I don't know. I mean,
He probably wants to go to another championship, right? So I think the easier route would go through the East and the West at this point.
well, do you think the
Because I don't think if he goes to Warriors next year, right? I don't think he's compete like Steph. Obviously, they'll be like fun to watch,
Mhm.
but I don't think personally they'll need another piece, obviously, but I don't think they will outlast any of these teams in the West right now.
Do
The
you
Thunder,
think money will play a factor in
hundred
what
percent.
kind of contract?
He's came out and said that he at this point in his career he's sacrificed a lot of money over the years and he wants the max. Right. That's
Okay,
why he's not budging.
so
So it's like,
stay with me here.
mhm.
Out of all the teams this summer, who's gonna have the most money available? We went over it on our last NBA show, right? The Lakers have the most cap space going into the summer.
They
A
do.
lot of teams are tied with their money. I mean, we don't even have to look at Cleveland's roster. We could just start naming potential like max guys: Harden, Mitchell, Evans,
Mhm.
Jared Allen's in the
Yeah,
20 per year.
the list goes on. Yeah,
They're capped. They're all their money's tied.
but it makes me wonder, like, does he pull the whole like Garnett, Pierce, Charles Barkley, Elijah Wan, Drexler type shit, where it's like we're older now. Let me just see if I could run one year. It's my
On a
last
minimum.
year. I mean, I don't know about on a minimum, but I mean, he's obviously gonna take that mid, but I don't. We'll see. I think the Lakers are smart enough to realize that if they pay him the full amount, whatever they have to pay him, I don't think it's the financial option that they should do.
This is like so. This is the
As a
most.
fan, as a fan, right? Like you're like that kind of seems sketch, right? He's gonna be like what
Right.
42, 43 or whatever he may be.
Hmm. The most likely scenario, LeBron's obviously going to want the max from the Lakers. That's going to be like, why go anywhere? We're technically still a contender. We're third in the West. If everything just ends where we are, we're third in the West. We're still contending. I'm playing with another superstar or two, or an all-star, Austin and Luca. So I have other help.
Luka
I'm
is a monster.
contending for titles, kind of, right? And I'm home, right?
But
A
look at
home.
but do you feel like when you watch the games, you watch them come out of the tunnel, you watch them like interact, do you feel like LeBron wants to be in this Lakers facility at this point in time? Like, do you feel like
Mm,
everything he's accomplished, one of the greatest players ever, right, to play the
I
game?
I personally think there is a little bit of turmoil that isn't
There,
public
I
right
think he's
now.
having a hard time with the whole Luca, because
But does
just
that lessen going to Cleveland? Because now you have James Harden, who's Luca light.
yeah, and Mitchell too, who's got I like
He's
Mitchell a
going to be
lot.
third fiddle, potentially fourth fiddle if Evans takes a step. Evan Mobley.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're in the
Or
same
you can pull
position.
a Jordan and go to the fucking Wizards. Fuck it.
You would never do that. You know what
Go
I
to the
mean?
Jordan. Yeah, go to the. Hey, I mean, they could probably pay him though. The Wizards be like, we have nothing here.
I guess, yeah. They could
We'll
probably
pay.
offer him the most
We'll
money.
overpay you right now just to get fans in the stands.
Right.
You
But
know
then why, realistically, I don't even think that's like an
that would never
option,
happen. That'd be
right?
crazy.
So I guess my next step for LeBron, because he wants the max with the Lakers technically check off a lot of things that he'd be looking for on a prospective team. But he's not going to get offered a max by the Lakers, and he knows that already. So then you
Yeah.
look across the league. Will anybody else offer me a max who's also contending, who also has a superstar, who's also in a place and city that I'd want to play in? The options are pretty much none,
Yeah.
right? If you want to go to Golden State, they have a lot of money tied. Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler,
Butler. Yeah, they
Draymond
got
Green.
Draymond,
There's a
yeah,
lot
but
of
they're all phasing out though. These guys are getting
but they're
older,
on the
but
books for the summer, you
they
know?
are.
And
They are.
nobody's gonna wanna trade for them in order to, like, clear up Golden State's books. You're gonna have
Here's
to
the
give up a
this is
lot.
why, like, I get what you're saying,
Uh-huh.
but my heart tells me it's still ringing back to the trauma from the free agency that he did, where he did everyone dirty. You know what I mean? Where he's like, "I'm doing an announcement, my decision, blah, blah, blah," right? That
Yeah.
was a curveball to everyone, right?
Right.
I feel like he could do that again. Like,
W
I'm not saying he's gonna do that, but I'm saying, like, that's in
right.
my mind, that's something that he could possibly do, and I wouldn't be shocked, and I wouldn't honestly be mad at him because it's like, it's his career, his legacy, whatever he wants to do.
Right.
Like, obviously, I'd like, LeBron James, obviously, as an NBA player, you want to see him competing to the top of the level. You want to see him going to the playoffs. You're listening to get views, get fans in the stands. People are, the Gen Z loves LeBron. Like,
Sure, yeah.
and it's just like, that's obviously good for the NBA. So they want to probably put him in the right position to compete and go somewhere far into the playoffs, continuing forward as he's an old man, right? But
I
at what point when do you think LeBron's gonna retire? Do you think it's gonna be next year,
I
or do
think
you think
next
he's
year
gonna
will be his
shock
farewell
drop
tour.
this year, maybe? Like at the end of the year, like I'm done, you know?
I think it'll be a farewell tour. I think he's so aware of NBA history and, like, the
I don't
connection between the
are you
fans.
though? Because look at like the history of what he's done. He's done everything different opposed to what everyone's done. He's been a black sheep to the kind of the league trend of like, all right, all-star game, let's play one-on-one with Kobe, right? And then roll the ball out. Nope, I'm calling the pick, we're passing the ball.
Right.
He's kind
Well
of went the opposite way of everything that everyone's ever done, and I kind of over time, I was first initially mad, right? But now I'm
mhm.
thinking about it, I'm like, he's kinda doing his own thing, like, whatever, like, it is what it is.
I think a lot of
So,
that is, like, more NBA centric things
yeah.
that he's done. He's gone against the grain on. But I think
Mhm.
when it comes to, like, giving his fans, like, if someone knew this year was gonna be LeBron's last year,
Mhm.
giving fans an opportunity to go see him one
Same,
last
yeah.
time, and then him doing the whole, like I think deep down, a lot of people wish they had that same, farewell tour that Kobe did, where all the young
Mhm.
players would kinda like, "Hey, Kobe, sign my shoe. It's the last time we're
Yeah.
playing."
Yeah.
And,
Yep.
a lot of
Well,
players
LeBron's kind of a dick, though. If you've seen videos of him, like, when he's, like, exiting, like, to go into the stadium and kids are like, "Hey, sign my thing," he's like, "Leave me alone," pretty
right,
much,
well, I'm talking
It's
about the
like,
players.
well, yeah.
These were, like, rookie players that were like, "Kobe, I watched you growing up." Booker made sure his pair of Kobe's got brought to him
But
in
I
his
don't
locker room
do
on the
you I
game.
don't know, man. I feel like Ant embodies, like, a what I feel about LeBron, about "Imma
Mhm,
bust your ass" type shit. Like, he respects him, but I don't think Ant's going out there and be like, "Oh, you're my favorite player, da da da." Because
and
even with KD, he's like, "Look, KD, I looked up to you. I watched you growing up, right? But when I'm playing you, I'm busting your ass." And so it's like a
right.
mutual I mean, it's a respect thing, and I don't know if, like, these players are coming in. I think they have a more of a mentality than, like, some of the guys in the league right now that they're a little bit harder of like, "Oh, you know what?" Like, even look at Wimby. He wanted to play in the All-Star game hard, and he's coming out just dunking, right? And he set the tone of that All-Star game.
Right.
Even though they
Yeah.
lost, right? But it's
In
like,
game for sure.
yeah.
I agree with the in game
There's all love
mentality.
outside of the fact, right? But, I mean,
But I can totally see a game,
I'm curious to see.
the last matchup between Wemby and LeBron ever, where after the game they do a jersey swap and take a
Yeah.
photo together. Like that's
It's like
iconic.
it's like passing the torch, yeah,
Like,
honestly.
and it's kind of like you're never gonna see this guy on the court again. And the game's over. You may have won or lost, whatever. But at the end of the day, it's LeBron. We grew up watching LeBron, love him or hate him. And
Yep.
especially if you're one of them guys that are about to take over the league. I
Mhm.
mean, I can't speak for all of them, but I have a feeling that there would be a farewell tour.
There's appreciation there for
I
sure.
think so. He's done a
Yeah.
lot for the league. He set the tone on like a lot of the way that NBA superstars should like either conduct themselves off the court, handle business, not on the court, but like in the league, whether it's like putting your friends in positions to be either your
He did.
agent
He's been rolling, yeah,
or
he's been rolling with his boys since day 1.
and like
Day
he's
1 and
wrote
1,
the blueprint on a lot of ways you can kind of navigate your career for yourself, right? You don't have to be owned by the team so often. You can dictate your own narrative and go wherever you want, good or bad, like and I feel
Well,
like
now
that still
yeah.
holds a lot.
how do you feel about the whole conspiracy thing with LeBron about the whole kind of like the Kobe thing, right?
Uh-huh.
So with the Kobe thing about him, this is getting way off track, but this is like conspiracy theory level shit. But
Yeah.
apparently Kobe, right, was about to drop his own league in China, right?
Oh, okay.
He's about to drop his own sneaker brand that was gonna kind of overtake Jordan, right, in China.
Hmm.
And people, allegedly, this is a thing. People were feared that NBA was kind of just get phased out of America because it was going to go international. And over in China and Europe, Kobe was way more popular than anyone up till him, right?
Right, right.
And so the whole helicopter crash thing happened, right? So people are saying that that was like purposely done, right? Because he was about to do all this stuff. Now, when I say that, bring that up, right? That's a
Hmm.
crazy conspiracy theory, right?
Yeah,
RP
yeah, yeah.
Kobe. People are saying that about LeBron, right? Because
Oh,
they're saying about the whole Epstein shit. They're saying he has certain tattoos on his body,
yeah, yeah.
right? That and that embody like the Illuminati and Freemason stuff, right? So it
Mm.
makes me wonder if he's just like prolonging his career because he knows what's going to happen after. I'm not saying he's like he can get assassinated or something like that, but
Mm.
what I'm saying though is like
Right.
there are implications there that I see. Like maybe he's scared to retire because like something's going to happen. Like there's a whole conspiracy theory about there, like Dwayne Wade, right? All these
Mm.
greats that have sacrificed championships, something weird has happened in their family. Like Dwayne Wade's kid went trans, all this crazy stuff, right? So I don't know. It just makes
Interesting.
me wonder. That's some random thing that I think in the back of my mind and my
Hmm.
psychological level of like there's something going on here more so than I would think. But like
Yeah,
that's just
that's
it makes me think. It's fun to think about, but it's like crazy. It's like what the fuck?
yeah,
Like I don't know. Like
that's a time will tell kind of thing
because like
because a
have you
lot.
seen like you've seen these videos of like LeBron on the sidelines, like when he's not at the game, there's like these white chicks just fucking grabbing onto him and like just like oh ha, ha, like
I guess
whatever.
I
It's
don't
like
know.
have you been loyal to your wife, LeBron? LeBron, come on
Right.
now.
Well, I
You
think
know,
those
have
two
you?
are different situations. Whether he's loyal to his
No, I think
wife or
it's all. I
part
think
of,
it's all connected. Like, do we really
I don't
know, like,
know.
who he is? I don't think so. I don't know.
I don't know about that stuff.
That's some. Yeah, I'll send you some stuff on that. It gets crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy to me, and that would be all stuff that would be time will tell kind of stuff.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just saying it now. That way, like, you're aware, and whoever's listening or watching, maybe like put it on your radar. Like, just put it in the back of the mind, just because
That it's
it's
been
something to think.
mentioned before.
It makes me think. It's like, huh, like, because obviously,
Right.
like,
I mean,
I feel like gambling has messed with sports entirely, like as a
yeah,
whole.
that's fair.
And
Yeah.
at a certain point, like NFL games are like fucking rigged, and it's just like, what the hell? There's some calls, and I'm like, some people are getting 46 free throws a game, making 36, whatever it may be, or scoring 83 points. But
Right.
yeah,
Right. Yeah, that's a tough one. That'd be crazy. Essentially, that's crazy. If that's the way it played out this whole time, crazy shit, right? That's insane. Um, but as far as like whether he'd want a farewell tour, I think he would do it mainly for the fans more so than giving the
I would hope he
NBA.
would. I would hope he would. I would like to see it. I would go see
Right?
him his last year,
Right.
honestly, just to see him.
It makes the games more like important now,
I mean, yeah, it makes you appreciate it.
Right.
It's
So
like
there's that, and then a lot of the all-star stuff now, he's not missing technically any games. He's just not doing any of the NBA obligated things when it comes to that. So I understand that stuff, but I think when it comes to his fans, some of the most loyal, crazy NBA fan groups out there,
mainly 34 and under, mainly I
bronze
would say.
sexuals,
Yeah, the bronze sexuals. Yeah.
they're they're pretty strong. You know what I mean? Like, so I
Yeah.
mean,
Game recognized game. LeBron's one of the all-time greats.
you
So
would give a farewell tour, I think.
I think once LeBron retires, that's when I'll like reassess it and I'll be like, you know what, I appreciate LeBron more so than
But
like
this is
because
the
it's just like when Kobe retired. Like I'll
mhm,
probably cry low key just because it's like it's a huge like point in our lives. Honestly,
chapter of
it's a huge
basketball.
chapter, dude. Like 20 plus years of watching this dude.
You saw him from day
I saw him in
one.
high school, bro. Where I'm like, who the hell is this kid? Like, what the
Day
fuck?
one. Day
Yeah,
negative. I remember
yeah,
watching high school games, right?
yeah. Same, yeah.
Day negative. We've seen the guy's whole career on
Most
YouTube, on
I feel
pay-per-view,
bad for
all that.
LeBron. He's like the most criticized player of all time. Like me, I'm critical on people, but like he takes so much shit, so
Yeah.
much. So
that's how you know
by the end,
he's
I'll appreciate him more so. Like that's I'll go on record and say that.
right.
So
I would argue now is when you should try to deep
I
dive
I
and
agree. Yeah, I agree. People that don't like, are like, oh, I'm not a big LeBron guy.
step
Maybe,
step
give him a
one
chance.
is
Give him a
even
chance.
watching him everything that he's doing now at his age compared to any other NBA player ever at that age.
I'll even raise my hand and say I'm guilty of like even when I play pickup sometimes I'll pull the LeBron move where
Which
I
one?
just big body, just hard dribble in there and hit with a little hezzy and just body someone and hit a little layup. You know what I mean?
Hey, if it
Finger roll at the
works.
rim, make it easy.
I thought you were saying pass up game winner or something.
Nah, I would never pass a game winner. Last time
Well,
I'm telling you, last time I played pickup, I played my cousin and my buddy. We played at 21, right? I told them I'm not going inside at all. I was like, I'm shooting mid range, right? I pulled some Larry Bird shit on them, beat their ass, 2 games in a row.
I mean, I believe it. You're like 6'5". You know what I mean?
Yeah, my cousin's like what 5'11", and my other buddy's like 5.
Yeah. See.
Brandon, you're shorter than 5'9", but I'll give you 5'9", buddy. I love you.
Right.
But yeah. But
Well,
so yeah, that's I can't do that to them. I'm not gonna go inside big body because I it's just not fun to me.
right.
So I try to get better as I play. I'm not about it wasn't about the competitive aspect. It was more of like I want to get better. Let me shoot all my middies. You know. But as
That's
I'm
how
shooting
easy
those
they work.
middies, I drive in and hit with the LeBron. But at the end, I'm finishing with that the Kawhi midi. So
Trash.
or Kobe, whatever. Yeah.
So to round this out and to kind of like
I know we're getting off track. Sorry.
to conclude what I think LeBron will do this summer.
Yeah. This is our bold predictions right here. All right, let's hear it.
I don't even think it's that bold because if you just look at the numbers, it's pretty
You think
much
he stays or goes?
it's a predictor of what's gonna as far as as long as nothing unforeseen happens where people just create salary cap out of thin air. But if everything just kind of stays the way it's projected to stay over the summer,
Yeah.
LeBron wants the max. He's going to want it from the Lakers. The Lakers are going to say, no, I'm sorry. We're going to go take this money and build a team around Luka. He's going to be like, okay, let me see what else is available out there on the market. These are the list of teams that I'm interested. They're going to be the Knicks. It's going to be the
I was
Heat.
gonna say I'd love to see him in New York, honestly.
And it's going to be
Love to
Cleveland.
see it.
It'll be
Cleveland.
Golden
Yep.
State. It'll be those
Yep.
four. Those four are going to be the list.
So you're saying what? Lakers, Cleveland, Golden State, and then Knicks.
I said the Knicks.
Yeah, you said 3. I didn't see. I don't hear the fourth one.
Knicks. I said the Heat, but I think I take that back.
I'm halfway blind. So
the Knicks, Cleveland, Golden State. So instead of 4, those are my 3 strongest teams he would want to go play for. The problem is none of those teams have enough money to give him the max that the Lakers can't give him. So they're going to be like, okay, fine. Lakers, what can you give me? The Lakers are going to be like, hold off. Let's see what we can do over the summer and put together. And we're going to get back to you and give you whatever we don't get. You will get the rest. Which, if I were to give a prediction, would be a $20 million for 1 year contract, which would still be more than what the Knicks can offer. It would be more than what Cleveland can offer, and it would be more than what Golden State can offer. So you could still play with Luka, a superstar who's better than anyone on the Cleveland Cavaliers.
But does he want to play with Luka though? That's the big question.
Okay, well, if you don't want to play with Luka, who is one of the best assist playmakers in the league, you go find someone who's a better passer that you like to play with, who will offer you more money in a city you want to live in, and get back to me.
But if he signs that contract, do you think he starts on Lakers next year? He's a starting.
Yeah. He'd start. Okay. Yeah, he could start. Okay. But that doesn't mean his minutes are still going to be. Your minutes are going to match your salary, right? Okay. So whether you start or whether you're 6th man, he'll most likely start because we're the Lakers. We treat our superstars first class, so we don't disrespect anyone or anything like that. Ask him to come off the bench or whatever, right? So we do that. Offer him in my example scenario, 20 mil 1 year after we've already crafted whatever team that we're comfortable after whatever we did on free agency. We're going to come to you. This is what we have left, LeBron. You could take the rest of it for 1 year. And obviously, he's going to look around the league. All right, Golden State, what can you offer me? Maybe 1 year for 9 mil, some mid-level exception type shit. and then like fuck, I'll go
Well,
to the
what if
Knicks.
they ship? What if they ship Jimmy out though? Because that's been a thing.
What,
It's
trade
a
him?
recent topic. Yeah, trading Jimmy around the draft time, even
Well,
though
I
he's injured.
mean,
But
I guess
that's been.
you would have to kind of what's the I mean, technically, yeah, you could
What
trade
about
Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy to the Lakers? You package Jimmy, right? We do a trade with the Lakers do a trade with the Warriors, right?
So you absorb a
I would like Jimmy with
30
Luka, honestly.
35-year old 40 something million per year player. So you substitute LeBron's fat contract for
But he
Jimmy
would, yeah,
Butler's fat contract.
yeah.
If you're the Lakers, would you do that?
I mean, would you personally,
No,
if
fuck
you're in the
no.
front office? No.
Fuck no.
Okay.
I
I
want
like Jimmy. I
nothing to
like Jimmy's.
do.
I think Jimmy's game would complement Luka a lot. To be
Maybe a
honest.
young one, yeah, a young Jimmy, but a
I
48
mean, he carried that Heat team, man. You know.
2020?
Yeah.
5-6 years ago?
No, it wasn't the year after, or like whenever they went to the finals recently, right?
Fairly recently.
Yeah, fairly recently.
When they lost
He had a
to
run,
Denver,
man.
right? To Denver.
Yeah, to Denver. Yeah, he had a run.
I guess, but like he's 36, 37 now, and he's making almost as much as LeBron. Like, and he's hurt all the fucking time.
He's still one of the superstars in the league, though.
He's an old one.
I know, but so is LeBron.
That's why we're happy he's leaving.
Yeah,
and he's arguably the best old one.
So I'm gonna throw out something crazy right now.
Okay,
this is my bold prediction right now.
Yeah,
you heard it here first.
Yeah,
LeBron to the Clippers next year.
Okay, well you have to give me logistics. How does that go down?
How does that go down? I say Lakers don't want to pay him, right? He wants max. They don't pay him, right?
Yeah.
I feel like what's the closest vicinity of a team? Well, let me get my binoculars real quick. Let me look over there.
Look at that dump site.
Okay.
Look at that dump over there.
Okay, we got a new stadium, right? We need to pay off this motherfucker. All right. We need fucking fans in the stands. Farewell tour, right?
Yeah.
Pair him with the Terminator.
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck it. Right across the bay. They just run it.
Run
it, win the championship next year.
Can't be the
on Kawhi's back. Here we go. The crown. The crown. That's my crazy bold prediction right there.
Yeah, that was.
I don't know this. I'm saying that's a very dark.
It would be that'd be a really dark timeline in LeBron.
I would honestly like to see Kawhi with LeBron. That would be an.
He could have came to the Lakers. That's so funny that you mentioned that.
Yeah, that pisses me off. That pisses me off. That's the one thing that pisses me off.
Right after winning the ship, in Toronto, he could have very easily walked over to LA. We had enough money to bring him on, and he chose.
I always reiterate this. I love Kawhi's game so much. Like, you have to appreciate it.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with it.
I know you don't like the Clippers and all this shit, and you don't like Kawhi or whatever.
I don't like his antics.
I know. I love it. I love the way he is. I love how he just is nonchalant. It's kind of like the Joker, right? Jokic is just kind of like, I'd rather go watch some horse races.
Well,
right?
that's fine. It's the sitting out of the games. It's the
well, there's something more going on there, right? I think because he bought into that like multi-million-dollar biolab company or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And he was like underneath, like there's some weird shit.
It was a tree planting company.
Tree planting, whatever it was.
It's worse than way worse.
Well, I mean, essentially the same shit. Trees, biotech, Terminators.
I suppose.
Fucking,
yeah. Took 40
Transformers, all that shit, right?
I think 40.
So obviously something else was going on, like off the court. That was
he's a shady player.
Shady player, plus something weird happened. So I wonder if he, as a person, was like, "I'm sitting out. Fuck this mental health because you guys fucked me." So like, I don't want to be here in a Clippers. I don't want to be here in a Clippers uniform. I could have been a Lakers.
He did that in San Antonio.
Yeah.
He didn't want to play in San Antonio anymore.
Well, from what I know is my cousin went to college with him. The dude was just a pothead. So I mean, hey,
I feel like half the NBA is though.
Yeah. Well, what's crazy? What makes me really sad about the whole weed thing is like, prime example, Josh Gordon. On my Browns, what a fucking talent the kid was. And then it's like nowadays, like he'd be fine in the league, but now it's just like no, and a lot of players like Calvin Johnson just came out, well, not just came out, but like over the years he's been like, yeah, I smoked weed before every game to deal with the pain.
Let the dreads come out.
Calvin Johnson, one of the greatest fucking receivers of all time.
Tim Duncan
is like a hippie now. He's got like dreads and shit.
I'm just saying. I mean, people been smoking and they're not shady like that.
Yeah. I mean,
he just does extra shit, like him demanding a private jet to be ready for him on call, on demand at any point provided by the Lakers is ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like,
well, you're the Lakers. You should be doing that. You've set the
no,
stage up.
there is no
No,
should.
but well, here's the thing. You've set the stage up for what you've done to players in the past, right? You
But
have
they've never
catered to
done that.
so many. You could do that though.
But no, that's not the
Coming off what
point.
he
That is
has
not the
done,
point.
what Kawhi has done as a player, like, yeah, he's on his big dick horse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's fucking like, I'm the guy.
Yeah.
And like watching him play recently, it's like, damn, yeah, like I appreciate Kawhi's game. Like obviously the off, the field shit, or not field, but off the court stuff is like, yeah. But yeah, as a player on the court, I will just always stand on that. Like I love watching Kawhi.
Yeah, he has a great game. No, I don't think anybody would ever dispute that. It's just his off the court antics that annoy the fuck out of me. Like,
that's like for me with KD. I feel like KD's the same way. I'm like,
I thought you would like KD.
I do like KD a lot.
Yeah.
I do, but sometimes I'm like,
his off court annoying shit is burner accounts.
Your burner accounts crack me up.
But that's funny, right? But they're funny.
It is funny. Yeah, it is funny.
They're funny, and it's kind of cool that an NBA player is willing to have a quote unquote verbal exchange over Twitter.
I think it's funny how mad people got with him going to Golden State, right, for that few years.
Yeah.
But now it's like doesn't even matter. Like the meme was like, oh,
no, it matters.
Like the fucking Chicago Bears signed Kevin Durant because they had like signed this person, right? Like their loaded roster. Like that was the meme going on. Was like whatever team had the loaded team, Durant would go there. But now that's not really a thing, right? That kind of just got brushed under the rug.
Right. He just got old. He just got too old for any of that. But I think that'll forever be an asterisk next to his career. Like he would never be in the running for greatest of all time.
No, but I mean, greatest shooter, I would say he's up there.
Steph is the greatest.
Oh,
unquestionably, 100%. Yeah.
Unquestionably, yeah. But who would you put after him? Who would you put after Steph?
Clay.
Really? As all time?
Easily.
All time.
Yeah, I think so. Wait, are you talking about scorer or shooter?
I'm saying shooter.
Those are different to me.
Okay, what about scorer?
KD's in that conversation of greatest scorer of all
time. Give me like shooter, I would say Ray Allen, obviously, but
I'm surprised you haven't said the other the Braid brother.
Which one?
Melo?
Melo was, yeah, but he was more midi. I don't think his threes were
scorer, like just scorer.
Oh, scorer. I thought you were saying shooter.
Roll the ball out, give me a bucket. Who's on that list?
Melo's top tier. Joe Johnson up
there. KD's
well.
Probably number one in my opinion in that scorer.
Yeah.
Melo's up there for me.
Melo is up there.
Kyrie's up there for me.
Kyrie is up there.
Luka's up there for me. You know what I mean?
Great. Yeah, I don't disagree. Anyone's list that would say anyone, like honestly, it would be valid. Honestly, like give me whoever,
But if it's greatest of all time, KD can't do that after what he did in Golden State. In my eyes, you can't join the team that beat the shit out of you and think that's gonna just fly. Like people are just gonna forget the fact that you created a super team that was already like.
I was rolling with KD at Texas, so it's like I don't really care, like I appreciate his game.
You can't respect that. There's no way you respect that.
Okay, but if you say that though, that's the same thing LeBron did though.
With what? Miami?
Literally the same thing. Yeah, it's the same thing. LeBron
I never said I respected that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't like that. I didn't.
Yeah.
I never liked that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone likes it, except if you're a fan of that team, like a diehard fan, you're like, yeah, fuck you, like.
But yeah,
I got this guy.
A lot of LeBron's like arguments for why he's the greatest of all time. A lot of it is like statistic related.
It is.
What is it? Lifetime achievements shit. Like he's been so good for so long. You know what I mean?
He has. Like, game recognized game.
KD's number's been really good for a long time too. But as far as the amount of championships that have been won without Curry, LeBron's won a championship outside of Miami.
But I mean, is he really getting that championship without Kyrie hitting those threes?
Well, that's fair, but that's not part of the Miami stuff anymore.
Kevin Love was kind of clutch too.
But none of that has to do with the Miami stuff anymore now. He's proven that it wasn't just because he went to Miami.
Yeah, I know it's funny reading like when we were like talking about this when I was like, oh yeah, I'll take Kawhi over like LeBron all time or whatever. The comments go crazy. They're like, oh, LeBron averaged this in the finals, blah blah blah. Because I was like, oh, he locked them up. I was like, yeah, you're right. You guys are right.
We said it was, it wasn't going to be the most popular opinion.
Oh, definitely not. But I
Yeah,
was just I at that point I'm like the people are just pulling up stats, but I'm like, yeah, well, fuck LeBron for doing what he did. That's pretty much what I was saying.
but then you
Like
can't.
at the end of the day.
But you can't also ignore KD's then.
Well, I did say that. I said fuck KD. I mean, I
Oh,
rooted
okay.
against them because obviously they're playing the Raptors that one year, and my boy Kawhi, the Terminator, just fucking. But obviously they're dealing with injuries.
Thank
So
you, thank you, thank you.
yeah, I mean that's I guess that's an asterisk. I guess. I guess.
You know you would if it wasn't Kawhi there, and if it was like LeBron
You got a
minus.
Drake lookalike, and you got I am the captain now as your fucking two other players. Come on now.
Right, but
Oh,
again,
you still gotta respect that, dude. I mean, I watched that game 7 where he hit that shot.
was that the
Kawhi
one
hit.
without KD and Clay?
No. I'm talking about before he got
Oh,
there.
the
It's a
Philly one,
like,
the Philly one.
yeah, the Philly one.
Sure,
That
sure, sure,
shit
sure,
was,
sure. Yeah,
dude. I have never been so hype in my life. Like I was like, oh shit. It was
right.
like dink, and then like dink, dink. Just as that, like I'm not even like from Canada, but as a city, I feel like they needed that. Like I don't know, it was just cool to watch.
It was great. It was great.
Yeah,
He had
it was
an
popcorn. It
all-time
was
run with Toronto.
he did. Yeah, it was fun.
But again, the off-court shit to me, big time turnoff. If LeBron ever did want to go to the Clippers, which to me would be insane, why would the Clippers do that? Why would
Well,
LeBron do that?
their owner's a loose cannon. That's why.
Yeah, but he's not that loose. Like, getting off of what is that? Getting off of Paul George, smart.
They had nothing to lose, honestly.
Getting off of
They're
James
8th in the West
Harden,
right now. Yeah.
smart.
Yeah.
These are aging superstars and you're already a mediocre team. Dump that salary and start fresh. Get whatever assets you can. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you got Darius Garland.
They can't start fresh. They have like no picks for the next like fucking 7 years, it feels like.
Right. Well, trading for James Harden.
Could you imagine if they would have kept Shea? That would have been insane.
No, it was very Clipper of them. It was only right. If they didn't
100%.
keep
It's very
Shea,
San Diego of them.
then Shea would have been
very San Diego of them. 100%.
He would have been injury riddled his whole career, probably. Something bad would have still happened.
Yeah.
That's what I believe.
I mean,
I don't know.
My highlight, I mean, the best player I remember on the Clippers, me watching grow up, was fucking Chris Kaman. And that's not saying much.
Oh,
you had Maggette there as well.
You at least had Baron Davis on the same court with him at some point.
Well, obviously the Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, DeAndre, like the Lob City shit.
Right. Well, I'm
like,
saying even on the same team, like he had Baron Davis on the court with him.
I was kind of like, these guys aren't going to do anything in the playoffs. I appreciated Blake Griffin way more when he went to the Pistons, and I liked his his one-on-one game he was doing in the mid-range and shit. So like, I appreciate that Blake Griffin more than Lob City. How am I crazy? Watch the tape.
Well, are you saying he was a better player in Detroit than he was with?
No, I'm saying I appreciated his game more when he was in Detroit because his evolution was like, all right, he's just a dunker, right? That's what we deemed him as. It's just a fucking posterizer, right?
Yeah.
But as I was watching him on the Pistons, I feel like he had a bag, dude. He was doing like this crazy one-on-one fucking post move shit where I was like, I like his game over there. I'm not saying like he was better there, but what I'm saying though is me as a person watching him play,
your preference, sure.
Yeah, I like watching like what he did one-on-one, 1v1, like his mid-range game, kind of what he had in his bag. I feel like he, as a player, developed that he couldn't show on the Clippers because they're like, no, you're a lob guy.
Okay,
let's throw your lobs.
I have an interesting question for you for the Clippers thing. Let me top off the final piece of where LeBron goes this summer.
Okay, I do it. Run it.
He looks at the Knicks. Can you offer me the same deal? No, technically. So the only caveat to any of this is Cleveland can use a contract like Jared Allen, who's getting paid like $20 million per year for like another year or two.
I love Jared Allen, the Fro. Let's go.
What they're gonna end up doing is being like a sign and trade. They can do that with the Lakers for $20 million, but there's no way in hell they were gonna do that with Evan Mobley, right? So if LeBron wants to take $20 million in Cleveland versus $20 million in LA, sure, that can happen. That's a reasonable, feasible way that can happen. If New York wants to flip Mikal Bridges for LeBron James, sure, that's a contract that's 30-something million. LeBron could come in and absorb some of that, right? And I'm sure the Knicks can get rid of a couple other guys because they're pretty stacked. Their salary books are pretty stacked. And the same with Golden State. I think they're the most, effed out of everybody. Nobody wants to trade for Draymond. Jimmy, great
Cooked.
player.
Great player, but
Nobody is gonna give
injuries.
up anything of value for Jimmy. He's just too old and too injury prone.
You're pretty much, if you're trading him, you're pretty much looking for a team to get his contract. You're dumping the contract and just kind of getting a pick or something, right?
Which
To
means that
sign someone else.
you got to give something up with Jimmy in order to entice someone to even take that on. Like, that's how bad of a contract that is. So no one's doing that, essentially, right?
That's the finals contract he got for running that team to the finals, pretty much.
So that leaves the Lakers and potentially sign and trade Knicks or sign and trade Cleveland. And to me, it's just those three. Those are the only options that he has. Those are the only realistic plays that is going to happen. And my final prediction, he's going to accept the most the Lakers can give him because he's still going to have everything on his box, play with a superstar, contend on a team. He's in a city that he wants to be in. He's going to have his farewell tour in a respectable way.
I want chaos. I want chaos to happen. So,
and the image of him taking less, sacrificing himself for the team has always been his shtick, his thing. He'll pass up the last shot and give it to a teammate because it's the betterment for the team. So to me, that's very LeBron narrative centric of him to do that. So he's coming back to the Lakers. He's coming back on a much lower contract after the Lakers fill out their roster. Put a pin in it, book it. That's my prediction. We'll see how it plays out. Now,
I like it.
Interesting question for you. You mentioned the Clippers and how they're the redheaded stepchild of the Los Angeles.
I think that it's just, if Luka, whenever Luka's in LA, I think they'll always be the redheaded stepchild.
They were even when the Clippers were Clip City with Chris Paul.
Because they had what,
and
like it was like we had like what the Lakers had. I'm saying we, like I'm a Lakers fan, but we had like D'Lo, fucking
rookie
Randall,
rookie, and then
you had these,
and we were still,
you're valued more as a Laker,
and we still had
obviously
just as much, if not more, airtime than the Clippers on national television. You know what I mean? Like, they'll never run LA, essentially. No. So we got San Diego right down the street. And with a growing
I want it, but I don't know.
Well, hold on, hear me out.
Yeah,
let me land.
Yeah,
so
finish.
with they're displaying their dedicated fandom, their sports townness with the San Diego Wave. They're showing that they can show up and show out for a team. If you are San Diego and you can pick one, Chargers or Clippers, come back to San Diego, who are you picking and why?
So me personally, I would want a basketball team, but the city I think would benefit more from the football team. 100%.
Break it down. Why?
I just think we're more of a football city than we are a basketball team. That's why we left originally. I feel like the basketball just wasn't it, right? Like and then like I even now, like we're a city craving for football. Like you could just, everyone craves it. Like no one really like talking to the community, talking to people, like where I work, everywhere. It's just, I feel like as a city as a whole, we would appreciate the football team more. We would show out more for a football team than a basketball team. Like me personally, my first true love besides my mother, obviously, is basketball. 100% is basketball.
Right.
That basketball will never do me wrong, and I will, like, that is something that is near and dear to my heart. So I'm biased on that, but I would like to see a basketball team. But I think a football would be more beneficial for the city.
Okay.
Would they do it? I don't know, because Snapdragon kind of sucks as a stadium. So I mean, where are you doing it?
Oh, football.
I know, they've talked about remodeling the sports arena and whatnot, and like doing a giant project. I don't know if that's still in the works. I don't, I'm not sure, but
right.
I feel like it's been in the talks, right? But we're a baseball city, and they're even talking about after expansion, we're us fucking leaving. So it's like, we have like FC, the San Diego FC, which I haven't even been in a game to. I don't follow it all because I'm not a big soccer guy, but it's popping. It's popping. It just goes to show you, like, soccer's kind of taken over. So
we're a capable city. I think
honestly, I think we could handle both. To be honest, as a city, We
Right.
have the popularity, we have the population, we have everything, we have the food, we have the women, we have the,
The women.
we we have the swag down here in San Diego, low key. We
Sure.
have it for everywhere. You know, we're a vibe here. We're
Right.
welcoming. We're like, we're always we're the finest city. That's our fucking nickname. You know,
Right.
like
Right.
it just, I don't know. I think that would look good on a fucking Charger jersey, Clipper jersey. You know, come back. It was
So if
just,
you picked one, your heart. So you personally would want the Clippers. That's your answer,
yeah.
right?
But my business side of mines would say Chargers. Come
You would
back.
put money on
Or
the
if
Chargers.
Spanos leaves, the Chargers. Yeah,
Well, that's a big caveat. That might not be realistic in this scenario.
it is not. But if, yeah,
So does that change at all?
I mean, I guess in that aspect, I think basketball is more realistic.
Okay.
But
So
we have, like, yeah.
so where you landed is where I landed. So the San Diego Chargers, if they were to ever come back, I don't think they could recover from all the politics that went on as far as like the issues getting this.
You have to get bought out and change complete ownership, overhaul,
It would have to be a
redesign.
different franchise potentially even,
That's what I'm saying. Like, what if we get a new team that's not even like? What if we get the Jaguars from Jacksonville? Is what I'm
Right.
saying.
I remember when
Like,
that
what
was
if
a
we don't even
thing.
get the Chargers? What if we get another NFL franchise in the city? Like, honestly, as a fan, I love me some Trevor Lawrence. I think that would be a better asset over here, longevity, to like root for a brand new fresh team, like you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Move in here opposed to the Chargers coming back. Like, you're kind of like the stepchild now. Like, I have my guard up because you might leave us
It's like
again. You know what I mean?
a
It's like the ex.
relationship you break
Yeah, it's like
up
the toxic ex you're
and you
with.
get
Yeah, you're
back.
back and forth, back and forth. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Things are still fragile and they'll
Yep.
stay that way for a very long time. And there's obviously going to be a big fraction of the public here that it will never support them. So you just lose out on all of that. The hurdle, they left because they couldn't get a stadium. I don't think that will change if they come back. There's still going to be a lot of issues trying to get a city to fund their stadium. So I think there's just a lot of obstacles in the way when it comes to bringing back the Chargers. The Clippers, on the other hand, they've been away from the city for so long. People
Yeah.
people mention, oh well, San Diego, the Clippers. Clippers haven't been relevant in the city of San Diego since what, the 70s. So nobody really, there's a fraction of the public here who's ever even been to a Clipper game in San Diego or ever even watched the Clippers play. You know what I mean? So it would essentially be a fresh franchise to us. It'd be
Yeah.
something brand new.
And a lot of people. Yeah.
It'd be almost like absorbing something we've never seen. None of us have seen San Diego Clippers. The hurdle it would be to get an arena made versus a football stadium, I'm sure is a lot cheaper, a lot easier to do, I guess is what I'm saying, to the city. Um, and none of that scorn girlfriend, ex-girlfriend type relationship that would come
Yeah.
in with
There's
the
no. Yeah.
Clippers versus the Chargers. So if I had to put my bet on who would most realistically come back, I would think it would be the Clippers coming back to San Diego, and that would also be the route I would prefer as well. Although NFL makes more money than the NBA, they're more popular than the NBA, all that stuff. I just think the politics from why they left, I don't think any of that changes
I don't like I was
if they
telling you.
try to
Like,
come back.
I don't think, like, if we're getting an NFL team, I don't think it's the Chargers coming back. Like, to be
Right.
honest, we're either getting a brand new franchise, or we're getting a team that's phasing out of another city. Because this has happened so many times throughout history.
Right.
It's like the Rams leaving, wherever to
It
wherever,
just
us leaving to wherever.
it just wouldn't
It's
make sense
the
to
the
like.
Browns leaving to Baltimore, all types of shit going on. So
Right. I would just find it hard to believe we're going to further saturate California with football teams if the Chargers are having a hard time. Like, to me, the only other option is to go back to San Diego because you
yeah,
can't add, like, I mean, I guess you can, but like, why would you add just another NFL team to California when we have the Chargers still looking for a proper home? you
mhm.
know so I think we're stuck together. If they ever want to move, you're pretty much going to another California city,
Yeah, it's
potentially
Rams country over there for sure.
Rams, Raiders, anybody but the
Yeah,
Chargers, like.
yeah.
So it's kind of one of those, we're either going to get the Chargers again or we'll get the Clippers. And for in my if I had to put money on it, it's going to be the Clippers. So
with you.
yeah, that's where I land on that one.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yeah. You asked me about the expansion, the news about the expansion. Did you
Well,
have
what's that?
did you have any notes on that?
Well, it's just we're moving like what they said. The Grizzlies and Timberwolves are moving to the east, and then we got the Sonics and the Vegas, whatever they're going to be. It looks like moving to the west.
Right. This would be
I,
good because we haven't had an expansion since Bobcats.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, fuck the Bobcats. Goddamn.
Right. So I think
we're getting dude. There's going to be a lot of crazy stuff going on in the next few years because MLB is getting expansions as well.
Are they?
Sounds like
who are there? Cities that are?
it's not like for sure. It's like still in the works, but I think Salt Lake's one of them. I know. I'm hearing, and then like maybe New Mexico, and then I'm hearing that as well as NFL as well. We're getting some crazy expansions, which is
wow,
insane. So
as far as we know, the expansion for the NBA is basically a lock. It's not 100%, right? There still need to be finalizing of
yeah,
the
but it
announcements.
sounds like it's Grizzlies, Timberwolves moving to the east, which I think will be good for Ant because if he's still on the Wolves, it's an easier path over there. And then we're gonna get the Sonics in Seattle and the Vegas fucking blackjack cards. I don't know what they're gonna be called, but
right.
the Aces. But that's a WNBA team, right? I don't know.
Yeah, that's a perfect name. But what's the most incentivizing piece for why this will most likely happen is each owner in the NBA will get a piece of this purchase, I guess.
Mhm.
So these owners, they'll get a couple million broken off to them, like as a
Assholes.
franchise,
Give it
just
to
to
me.
them.
We got potholes on the road down here. Fix that shit first, all right?
And they don't even have to share with the players. This is just for them. Like it's pretty.
That's why I think a lot of these sports leagues are doing that. It's all breaking bread with the owners.
Yeah, and not
Because
to mention
they probably got hit with like tax shit recently,
right.
with everything going on. So I mean, I'm not a finance guy, but
I mean,
sure.
you see these teams are being bought up in groups now, right? They're not even bought by individuals. That's how expensive a lot of these teams are. LeBron has mentioned he can't wait to put a bid in for the Vegas whatever. Who knows if it's going to be Seattle or Vegas? It sounds like he's really interested in the Vegas market, which a lot of people should, right?
I feel like LeBron would be a better owner than Jordan. Just saying.
I suppose. Well, to me, owner doesn't really have a whole lot to do with the team.
True, but I mean, look at Jordan and the Hornets, man. He's had so many draft picks where he's like, I like this guy.
Right. His involvement is what potentially ruined the franchise. I believe because you can't have a hands-off approach and then make franchise changing decisions last minute, but then be like, well, I'm just the owner. Like to me, there's no.
That's why they say like your greatest strength is also your greatest weakness. Like and I believe that's true to a lot of things that we do. So
right, and in this case, if LeBron is going to be an owner of any kind, he pretty much should have people in place that he trusts that is going to run the team. That
well, look at Magic when he helped with the Lakers. Like
it was horrible.
We took Alonzo over Tatum. I keep saying we like I'm a Laker fan. I need to stop doing that.
Yeah, you're a confusing fan.
Just for the record, I'm saying we because it's like the closest basketball team we have.
Well, what about the Clippers?
They're right there with us, but they're a little further.
You never said we with the Clippers. Just throwing it out there.
They're a little look.
It's all right. You can be a Laker fan if you want. We accept you.
Crypto.com arena is closer than I don't even know the name of the goddamn Clippers arena. So I'm invested more as a Laker fan growing up. So yeah.
Yeah, they go by the Intuit Dome.
Yeah,
but
I'm not into it. It's further away, so I'd rather not drive as far.
Right. But anywho, LeBron's going to be part of the bidding process when this goes live. He apparently has a group that's already put together that is willing and ready. The latest franchise to be sold, as we all know publicly, has been the Lakers for $10 billion. So you could only imagine what the price is going to be for these brand new franchises starting fresh. You know, it's going to be, you know, big time. Seattle, historic market for having an NBA team. They're fiending and ready. There's definitely a little bit of a fixing the wrongs that have been done to them and their fandom, so they can't wait to start supporting the Seattle Supersonics again. And then Vegas is just such a big city for sports. You know, we see the Raiders arena.
But yeah, I think Seattle, out of all these, out of like the 2 expansions, I think Seattle wins a championship. Like it's closer to a championship than any of the teams moving or going. You know, to be.
Wait, you're
I
saying
feel.
Seattle would wait? So
I
how
think.
how do you base that if there's nobody on
Look,
the
well,
team yet?
look at the Timberwolves and look at the Grizzlies. Grizzlies have been like what a horrible organization. Like for
Yeah,
how many years now, right? And the Ja Morant thing just kind of soured in your mouth.
yeah.
Timberwolves, I feel like they have the potential because they have that superstar, but I don't know, man. It's just something about the organization. It harps back to what we are talking to about, like
Yeah.
would you rank more, right?
I'm so
Like
happy
looking at
you're seeing the light now.
well, no, no. It's not about seeing the light. It depends on the organization, really.
That's what I
You
mean.
know,
You're seeing the light. It's the front office and then the star player.
yeah. I'm gonna support the player first, obviously.
Well, that's fine. That's
I'm a
personal, you
baller
know.
myself. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
But when it comes
out
down
here,
to responsibility of winning, who's truly responsible?
yeah. Well, that's why I say Seattle will be like they'll be competitive. Like the city will show out because look at the Seahawks this past year. I feel
Sure.
like that was just handled so well. You know, the front office and the Seattle just fuck man. They put a roster together.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, depending on the group
That's
that
why my
gets,
Browns are never shit because it's like we keep doing dumb shit. It's like, come on, bro.
do they have a bad front
Like,
office? I'm not familiar with the
oh yeah, our
Brown.
front office sucks, dude.
Is it what from the GM or the
Jimmy Haslam, the owner, bro, starts there. I'll go with that.
is he like a
He has good intentions, but it's like, bro, he's spending the bag on things we shouldn't spend the bag on. But this offseason, I feel like we're doing okay. But like I always say, I'm gonna wait till about week 3. I'll know like week 1, but I'll know more like week 3, week to week 5 with
okay.
my Browns. That's how it always is. It's like, oh
Right.
shit, it's like that CJ meme. Oh shit, here we go again. That's just pretty much how it is every year as a Browns fan, but I still support him.
Right. I have you seen the way the expansion draft is done or conducted
Well,
for
I'm guessing. Oh,
the
so
NBA?
I'm guessing there's protected players, right? I'm guessing each team's gonna have protected players.
Up to 8.
Up to 8, yes, which is crazy, which is good because I think certain franchises need to protect those players.
Sure, you know, just
But some guys are gonna be like not protected that are gonna get let loose or become like monumental pieces to a franchise.
you think so?
You know? Oh
Who
yeah.
anybody come to mind that you can think of? I can I can explain my strategy if you want to take a second to think
I
about.
would have to see each team who they're protecting and who they're not.
Well, this
To
is
like
what we're talking about. Who would you predict is a potential left off of the protection
well,
list?
look, there's a lot of guys that don't get the time of the day just because of the team they're on. So I can't specify like a guy coming off the bench. I'm just trying to think right now. Like role players, I'm off the top of my head.
Hmm.
Prime example. Look at Michael Porter Jr., right?
Yeah.
He was on the Nuggets, right? And was kind of like he had everyone's like high ceiling, high potential. Like this guy was drafted pretty high, right?
Hmm.
Whatever. Goes off the court, kind of a shit bird or whatever it may be, has like some weird shit happen, but he's still balling out on the nets, but he doesn't pass the ball. But it's like there's guys like that I feel like
Wait, you're
could still
saying
ball out.
you think
Yeah.
MPJ would be one of those players on the list, or that would
No,
be
he would be protected
unprotected?
for sure. No, he would be protected, but
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know. I mean, it just I could see him going unprotected just because of his off the court shit. He has a lot of off the court bullshit, or like because he has a podcast
Right. Well, that's
and like
assuming the Nets even care about any of that stuff.
yeah,
I've never heard any.
the Nets I feel like never been relevant, like honestly, except when they had Jason Kidd. You know, they
Oh,
went to that
jeez.
finals, but it was like a fluke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They got their ass beat. So
Right. Right.
um,
Yeah. Well,
they've had. I feel like the Nets have spent so much money over so much time with fucking big threes, and it's like, what have you done? You know, it's
right.
just crazy to me. So
Right.
like literally, the Celtics rebuilt their whole franchise because of the Nets.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. I mean, Yeah, they're not a good franchise
But
either.
there's dudes on the like these teams that have so much depth that I'm like, shit, how do you
Well,
keep all these
well,
guys?
that's why I think this is where the conversation can get interesting. If
Yeah,
we can identify who potentially falls through the crack of a team that's super deep,
yeah.
you know, who like as far as teams that have some of the most depth, I
I
know.
think once that time gets closer, I think we should do like a little mock draft. We'll do a little mocky,
Yeah,
on that one. Like, all right, this guy over this guy. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Just I like right now, I don't know, to be honest, because like they could like some guys could just like come out of nowhere, like, oh, yeah, we're protecting this guy, because it's going to be based off value, age, contract, pretty much. Is how it's probably going to go down, right?
Well, you would assume they're gonna protect their starting five, so
Oh,
that's already
easy.
five.
But well, that's why I was telling you, like a lot of these teams, why I don't know a lot of starting fives with rosters, because every day is a fucking different starting five. Because people take rest days, people have like personal
Sure.
matters going off the court, people have all this stuff going on. So it's hard for me to be like, oh yeah, this is the starting five the whole year, right? Because everyone's like
Right.
switching based off matchups too. So
Well, one
it'll be
strategy
interesting. Yeah,
that's going to be used for this expansion draft is the ability to get off of bad contracts.
I like to get off for sure. Or bad contracts. Pause. No, I'm
So,
just kidding.
they're gonna. So, for example, the Lakers. I could, the team I'm familiar with the most in their roster. One player that will for sure not be protected, Jared Vanderbilt.
Oh, 100%.
He still has 2 more years remaining at around, I don't know, 15 mil, somewhere in that ballpark. There's no way in hell he's worth that.
Paul George, 100% going unprotected. He
Well,
has a horrible contract.
mind you, I think this would be in effect in 27, 28, I
Oh
think.
yeah, it might not be a thing.
So if you do have the rosters in front of you, you could just you could assume starting fives are going to stay. And then
Yeah,
their top
and
three bench
they're
players,
yeah, yeah.
who's there's going to be teams out there that have a strong fourth. For example, the Thunder. You can only protect 8. So who out of that 8 is going to fall out of rotation because their roster is deep, right? So I mean, off the cuff, you have the big 3, right? And I mean, I guess it's hard to
Jalen, Chet, Shea, uh,
in the Williams, right? Williams,
Williams.
J Dub,
Yeah.
and
Right, that's
then
what I said. Jalen. Yeah.
okay, and then you have Cason Wallace, right? Big time role player for them. You have guys.
But in 2 years, I don't know like the value of these guys, right? Like,
That's what I was thinking in
I
the
mean,
back
how
of
many
my.
times have we seen like to harp on your organization thing? How many
Mhm.
times have we seen a guy go somewhere and it's just like, what the fuck happened? Like it's just environmental difference between where you're at to
Yeah,
where you were.
yeah.
So it's fuck.
No, for
That's
sure,
tough.
for sure.
Like as a franchise, obviously you're going to take what you can get because that's what you have to offer. But
Right.
and people are going to be older then too, like some of these guys. So it's going to really based off of that.
Old contracts are most likely going to get cut.
And I feel like as we're moving forward in sports, like analytics are obviously weighing heavy on everything they choose. So some of these, like the team, like the Sonics with this expansion draft, right? They might go after like a roster based off like, all right, let me look at the analytics of these guys, and we're gonna base our guys off of this. Like we want
Right.
guys that like are strictly like their true shooting percentage is this, and we want guys that play defense at this like rate. And there's a bunch of different metrics out there on like basketball reference you can look up
Yeah.
that will be like, oh shit, like they built a team around this, kind of like the A's did back in like Moneyball, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where it's
Yeah.
like let's build a contender with just based off these like role players pretty much. So that's what could happen.
No. Yeah. That'll probably be the most likely thing. And it
Yeah.
just depends on what your strategy is on how you team build. Are you someone who wants to be competitive every year? Or are you someone who, if you're not a title contender, you want to be first pick in the lottery? And
Yeah.
some teams are like, if I'm middle of the road, 5th overall on the East or the West, I have no shot of beating Denver or the OKC, San Antonio's, or on the East, the top 3. Why even continue to
I don't
try to
think
be
Denver's
mediocre?
relevant by 2028, to be honest.
Who?
Denver.
Sure. Yeah. I
Bold take.
mean,
I think I yeah.
2028. It just depends on what they do with Joker. But to me, as long as they have Joker, they'll be
Well,
relevant.
yeah, I see that, but I just feel like, if his I just feel like he's not. I think he's gonna retire sooner than later,
You think
which
so?
is I mean he keeps like I feel like he keeps hinting at it. I just his
Uh,
like personality plus everything that embodies who he is, maybe because I just feel like he's annoyed with basketball half the time. He
I
gets off the court and he's like, "Why you ask me that? Like
I
I don't really care."
interpret all those comments as being annoyed being interviewed.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Because when he's
Yeah,
on the court,
easily. Yeah, he's a baller. Yeah.
he's locked in. He
I mean,
cares.
he has the game to last him another like 15, 20 years, to be honest.
Right.
It's
That's
which is crazy, but like I don't know, man.
that's
I hope
why.
that's not the case because I like watching him play, but goddamn.
Yeah, I think he's already 30 now, or about to be 30.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
he's
yeah. He's like I
pretty.
thought he was like 31 or something.
He's
I don't
up
know.
there. But in 2 years from now, I could still see him being close to the if injuries doesn't get him.
He'll still be like top 5 for sure.
His athleticism definitely won't take a dip.
Oh,
So
100. Well, that's why I say like Luca was his game is gonna transcend the way he plays,
yeah,
and
that's
like
the way
that's what's
James
scary.
Harden has aged. I feel like Luca will age very similarly. He'll
I agree.
continue to get buckets if he
And that's
wants
why I'm
to.
not. That's why I'm not scared about the whole Anthony Edwards thing because I feel like his game, he's kind of like pushed off the whole like, all right, dunk, dunk, dunk. I mean, he's obviously coming at your ass,
Yeah.
but he has over the years,
Pause.
he has. Well, yeah, he's pause, but he's developed that 3-point shot, which I appreciate.
Right.
And
The
he'll hit you with
hole, the
he'll hit you with the
biggest
middies
hole
too.
in Ant's game that I don't see enough people pointing out is I don't feel
Mhm.
like he gets enough people involved.
Oh, easily. But
He
I don't think that's not his personality though. He's an alpha. He's a dog.
well, he's gonna have to if he wants to
He
be able
will.
to longevity. Like his athleticism will
Who's he
only take
passing
him.
to? Shit, Gobert or whoever.
Well,
Goddamn,
we can't pretend like he doesn't have a good team now either. Like they have the same, essentially the same
they've had
team
the
as last
rosters.
year.
Yeah, yeah,
You
they
know, and
do.
didn't they go to the finals last year, Western
Mhm.
Conference?
I
So I
mean,
mean,
they're sitting at 6. I mean, they have.
what,
So
what
what? Current playoffs, right? Lakers would play them, right? If that's the case.
yeah. So where's
Shit.
the
I like Timberwolves. I like Ant.
there's never any Ant should
I'm just
step
kidding.
up his game talk. I think people are, have a little bit of the rose-colored glasses when it comes to certain players just because they
Just-
prefer their
Are you
personality.
referencing something right now, or what's going on here?
No, it's just a saying. But guys like Ant, who else is another super popular player that people just like a lot?
Giannis, I get maybe Giannis. I would say.
Maybe Giannis. Ant's probably the most popular though of like the up and coming like Ant's my guy. He's like
Yeah,
leader of the new my guy guys, I think.
he's a
And
my guy. Top
and when you
top
look
5,
at
my guy. You
his
know.
you look at his stats, he's a good guy.
He's a
Great
really
guy
good guy.
at times. But I think he gets a little bit more than I think he's deserves right now just because he's a cool guy, which I get. He is a cool guy, but he doesn't score that many points. He doesn't.
Do you think it's the nostalgia factor of like a lot of his game reminds of us like Jordan, Kobe? You think it's that?
Yeah, there's a lot of that. People like killer mentality centric players, especially our
Uh,
generation.
guilty.
Right. So, you want to see Kobe again. You want to see MJ again or whoever, your favorite guys again. So when we see a glimpse, we just project that on them. And so far his stats, to me, he needs to improve a lot,
Well, especially for that, I get what you're saying. The passing aspect, definitely.
Yeah, he has a really low total of assists in general. And I mean,
But
what
like I feel like he's never had a true number 2 guy to like bank on. Like
but
what like
that
it's
statement
been
to me,
and then a bunch of role guys. I feel like there's never been another number 2.
I think
It's
that's
like
a fair argument.
legitimate number 2.
My question, I guess, is why doesn't that narrative ever give it? Why isn't that narrative given to Luca, or why isn't that narrative given
Well,
to
Luca on the Mavs, yeah, for sure, for sure.
even on the Lakers?
I mean, but people deem LeBron like a top 10 player,
But
so
he's
it's
not
hard.
realistically. Maybe like
I mean, look at his stats. I guess he would be right if you
he
look at his
definitely.
stats. He's damn near gets in the court average like triple double. It's like shit.
Well, yeah, I don't know if he's even averaging that anymore. He's like 17 points a game or something like that right now. Like that's
Yeah,
Julius Randle. Julius
but
probably averages more than LeBron right now.
but I mean, if you go, you know, you look at a lineup, you look at LeBron or Julius Randle, who are you going to say is better?
By name alone or by play? Because I
I
can
mean,
pull up the stats
by play, you could.
and Julius Randle's is better.
I like Julius Randle's game. He would
I
have
do
been great.
too.
He would have been great in the '90s.
I do too. I just think, stuff like that gets unfairly projected on the players. Like Ant's not a good passer. Luka's a great passer, but people are very quick to point out how bad his defense is without acknowledging all these other areas he's good at. But they won't extend that same favor to Ant. They just pretty much only talk about the good with Ant. But when you compare them side by side, Luka kills him on so many metrics that it's not even funny. I think they're tied in steals. So narratives changed a lot. Like people.
Well, that yeah, I mean, stat wise, right? You look at that and you're like, okay, these guys are doing what they have to do for that stat line.
Yeah.
But I mean, people are gonna have their favorite players. Like I said, like growing up, I was an Iverson guy through and through, and I was like Kobe, like
Right.
not for the longest time. And then I was like, you know what? No, Kobe's great. And
Right.
then that's when I became like, you know, Kobe Glazer or whatever we're calling us now. But
Right. Well, I guess the favorite arguments are different than when people are saying so and so is better, legitimately better than,
I don't, I don't. I think, like I've been
because
saying,
that's when we point to stats.
I think NBA is in such a good place with that. That's why I'm saying, like, people are like, oh, this guy's better than this guy. Like, I think they're all even playing field. Like, it's an open, wide open league now. Like, obviously, like Thunder team, like they're running stuff right, but I feel like there are guys implemented on certain teams where I'm like, this dude, to watch him, he's gonna be great. So it's like I feel like the league's in a great place right now.
Right. Right. So I guess with that Minnesota conversation, if I remember right, where we veered off,
Yeah,
the matchup would come down to the Lakers and Minnesota. I would definitely prefer them to play
I want to see
Minnesota.
that matchup too.
We need a redemption
I
after
feel like
what
it'd be
took place last year.
mhm.
And I think based on how we've played them all year, it'll be more favorable to my Lakers, right? Um fuck, where did we that wasn't the point. Where did we
We were talking about the expansion teams pretty much. We
right.
were talking about like them going. I was like, hey, the Seattle has probably a better organization, and then we just kind of veered off on like
Oh, that I think that's
organizations,
what it was. So
talking about like how Ant has never had like a number two, and just based off the organization, I was like, I feel like the Seattle would probably have like better ownership to like recognize what they need to do
right.
to move forward or
I mean
whatever it may
the
be.
Seattle's reputation, yeah. We just got to see who they put in place before we truly can determine where they're going to be in 10 years or 5 years kind of deal.
No,
But the expansion draft thing, depending on uh deep rosters like OKC and who's another one that has a lot of just good guys. Like Houston has a lot of good guys, I think.
Houston, yeah. I honestly,
Houston's deep.
Trailblazers, the Blazers kind of have like young guys. Utah
They
has a
have
lot
a
of
lot
young
of young
guys.
guys for sure.
Yeah, Utah, Magic. I feel like Magic have a lot of guys. Sixers kind of always fucking draft good. It's like,
You think they
I
have
mean,
these guys have
y-
more than 8 good players though?
I think those rosters. I think there's guys that they're gonna cut that they probably shouldn't because they're dumb organizations, like the Kings and Jazz for sure.
I don't know if they even have anybody that's like
That's what I'm saying. But I'm sure they're gonna be like, oh, like this guy might be good, but you know, we're fucking dumb,
if I
so
were
we're not gonna
them,
keep this guy.
so Kings are a good example.
Pelicans maybe too. I don't know. Like there's these like dumb franchises that like
Well,
just
if
own
you're
it.
the Kings, would you keep or would you release Zach Levine?
I
Because
gotta look at
that
his contract.
it's a fat one. He's a
I would
max
release him.
guy.
I'm releasing him. I feel like he's not. He's what has he done? Like dunk contest? Like
He,
not to be a dick. Like I like Levine's game, but if he was like in the early 2000s,
sure. He's what is
I like
that?
his game, but it's like,
He's an athletic scorer who doesn't play any defense, who's aging now. I think
mhm,
he's 30 now,
no,
right? He was in the Julius Randle draft, and I think Julius just turned 30.
damn, I'm old.
Dude, you're telling me. I was still working with you guys down there at that time, like going into the wheelchair room to see how
How
the
many times damn.
so aging max player on a losing team, those are for sure going to be targeted as guys that are going to be let go. And technically he's a starter. And if you're Vegas or Seattle, I think he's from Seattle, just a tidbit. Would you pick him up?
Probably just for bringing fans in the stands, you
But
know.
that's I guess that would
The
just depend on your
caveat, right?
strategy. Yeah, because I mean, I would imagine.
Well, that's what I was gonna go with. Like when I was saying, like we're gonna look at analytics first, right? But you're gonna want to go to grab guys that are gonna put fucking ass in the seats. Like to be honest, because it's like these teams are probably gonna have a budget, right? And they're gonna have to like make up that budget the first year, which they're probably gonna want to get guys in there that are like, all right, like let's try to like sell tickets to make everyone excited for
Right.
off the rip, and then once the season gets going, it's like we've only won like fucking 10 games and we're like 40 games in. Like the
Right.
tank job is going down, So
Right. I guess it'll just depend on who because usually these expansion teams are automatically allotted a high draft spot, like the 5th overall pick will go to X team no matter what.
yeah.
And depending on who they pick out of that, I guess can be hey, we're an up and coming team, we're young, we're gonna suck for a couple years, let's go support. Jazz usually has a lot of fanfare, even though they're a shitty team
Well,
year after year.
noted though, there's a lot of guys in the G League too that be balling. So it's like don't count those guys out either, to be honest.
They'd be
Because
part
there's
of it.
guys. What's that?
Yeah, they'd for sure be in
Because there's like a
contention.
lot of like young talent in the G League that these teams might swoop on too. To be honest, they're like these two-way guys where it's like, all right, they can't, they've been on these fucking G League teams for a minute just developing. When it's like they've been balling out, it's like these dudes averaging however many blocks.
Wait, are you
steals,
referring
whatever.
to the great Bronny James right now?
No,
Are you about to
different.
give Bronny James his respect in the G League right now?
He is balling, but it's the
He
G League.
fits
But
exactly what you're saying right now.
that's what I'm saying. I one of these the expansion draft. If these teams are stupid enough, they'll fucking take these guys.
Wait, but why are they stupid now? Why are they? You just said
Well, no,
guys who are balling.
No, I'm referring to the guys that are like the Giannis potential guys, like the Giannis is out there that are in the G League.
Well, I don't know if there's a name that like quite lines up with that.
There's this dude.
Potential.
I don't know his name. There's this dude in the G League. He's like 7'5" or some shit. Athletic rim fucking rocker, just shot blocker, right?
Okay.
Obviously, like if you're a franchise, like, oh, this guy's only 18, let's snag him, because the team's not going to probably protect him, right?
You don't know that.
You would think
it depends on the franchise. If he's on the Thunder's G League, they may let go of Caruso and keep him.
It's like I tell people, trash attracts trash, right? So a team's going to drop a guy, and then a team's going to pick up a dude.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to like get Bronny James on your team, go for it. You might get fans in the stands, But
he's averaging like, I think he's undefeated every time he plays. I
kind of think it would be awesome if he just started balling out.
I think
and
the South
gets in
Bay
the league
Lakers
and it becomes something. Yeah, that would be awesome. Honestly,
the South
like,
Bay
hey,
Lakers have set the record for the most wins in the G League this year.
Good for them.
I'm just saying, if everything that you just described,
let me ask you this
for Bronny.
Let me ask you this: do you think that G League Lakers team is beating the best team in the WNBA?
That's not even a.
Come on now, give me an answer, yes or no.
That's not even a fair argument.
How?
Because
you have the best of the best in the world in the WNBA, and you have the G League players who are experimental that can't get in the NBA.
They're still pros, though.
They are pros.
They're still pros. So, like, an NBA pro is obviously better than a WNBA pro.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, I don't think that's a hot take.
It here first.
I think that's a lukewarm take. That's a cold take. I
was just baiting you. I was baiting you a little bit.
I think it'd be a more interesting conversation. Who's in last place? Is it the Wizards or something like that? Would the G League compete with the Wizards? Like,
yeah, that's a better.
A culmination of all the best G League players were on one team, and they played
like an all-star G League team, yeah.
And they played the worst NBA team.
Well, technically, the Pacers are worse than the Wizards record-wise.
Right. Well, I guess as long as Halliburton's still out and that.
How do you feel about what's your opinion on Halliburton? Do you like his game? Or
love Halliburton? Yeah.
He's
I like a great player. Yeah.
He's fun.
Yeah, for
He's
sure.
definitely fun.
He's
Yeah.
someone. So he's an archetype of player. I feel like a lot of NBA teams are moving away from now.
He would look good in that Lakers yellow, though. I'm just saying.
I mean, I'm sure he would look great in a lot of jerseys. Like, who would have thought? The Kings are one of those franchises that seem to fumble away talent, like the Clippers.
Remember, like Tyreek Evans came out bald his rookie year, and I
Yeah,
was like, "Oh, this is the guy," and then it was like, ugh.
disappeared.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Well, I just felt like the league, I feel like, transitioned from that style of play, though. He was more like an ISO, like drive in, you know what I mean? And
which one
then,
you talking about, Tyreek or?
yeah, no, yeah, Evans, yeah.
No, I think the league is Tyreek Evans now. He was like a 6'6" point guard, right?
He was.
And I feel like
But he wasn't
Shea
like,
is a 6'6" point
well, he's not,
guard.
he wasn't shooting threes like on the regular, right? Like, I mean, he was hitting some here and there, but he wasn't like
Shea doesn't do that.
true,
Just throwing it out there.
true. I remember Tyreek Evans he had a handle that was crazy.
He was a beast.
He
Yeah.
was, dude. I liked him a
He
lot,
was
and then he
a
just fell off. Like, what the fuck, man?
beast. Yeah, he was a really good player. I don't remember fully his story. I know he even had a comeback in Indy or something like that for
Yeah, he
like a
did.
year.
Yeah,
Did really good. So
you know.
I don't know. Yeah. His archetype of a player is like, to me, what the league is. Everybody wants a big point guard who can get his own bucket and pretty much rebound and pass the ball a little bit. The Tyrese Halliburton or the Rajon Rondos or
Who? Okay, let me ask you this:
Mhm.
Who do you think is the best player in the league today?
Just period. Just
Yeah, this period. Like your number one pick in the draft. We're doing a fantasy draft shuffle, right? You have the first pick. Who are you
okay.
gonna take?
Well, to me, those are two different answers, in my opinion. And I'll explain. If I
And
were
it's
to,
a one. Okay, how about this? It's to change it up to make sure you're taking the best of the best.
uh-huh,
You have to like the goal is you have to win a championship that year,
one
this
year,
year. You have 1 year to win a championship,
1 year to win a
and then
championship.
and then it resets. Just to make it not like age, you know what I mean? Because obviously you would take Wimby, obviously, right?
Yeah, if I'm talking about potential years ahead of them,
Yeah. I'm saying you get 1 year with these guys. You try to
well,
win a championship with the first pick, right?
Wemby's not that far off of that.
Yeah,
Like if
it's
the
fucking
team is clean and we're gonna be
the shit he
going,
does, dude. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing, man? I fucking love Wimby so much, and you got
yeah,
Castle on that roster. Oh my god, it's nasty.
right. So I think
They're gonna be terrifying the
they're a
next like 10
year
years.
away from being
I
the
a
team.
year, a year. I think they got the fucking big dick on them right now. That they're like, nope, we can do it this year.
Nah, you've seen young teams that have like the Thunder were exactly that. They were like touching. They got really close to the sun. They just didn't have that experience yet. And then
True.
once they get that playoff battle, they're in
Yeah.
there. They're seeing what a 7-game series is, and like for example, if the Spurs were to match up with the Lakers at some point in the playoffs, their regular season performance, the Spurs I'm talking about, isn't going to be as useful as it is when they play the Lakers because of all the playoff experience that's going to come from the Lakers. People would assume they're going to
Yeah.
steamroll the Lakers. They should steamroll the Lakers. They're athletic, they're
I
long,
mean,
they play defense. But when it's a 7-game playoff series where people are going to be focusing on micro adjustments in game and from game to game, having a mind like LeBron, Luca, JJ, all them to just mainly LeBron and Luca and their on-court experience, they can sneak the Spurs this year, in my opinion.
I honestly like my hot take is I don't think so. I don't think you have an answer for Wimby, to be honest.
To be fair, I don't think the Spurs
Because
have an answer
you think
for
Aiden
Luca
could
either.
well, I agree. Well, I don't know, man. I feel like Castle and Harper can kind of like play a somewhat defense. I mean, obviously you're not stopping Luca. Like if I had the first pick, I would consider taking Luca my first pick. If I had fantasy draft, we're taking 1 year to win a ship, right? I would consider Luca.
Consider, yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't take, but hold on. So the Spurs thing, if they were to match up, I'd say matchup for matchup, Luca versus Wemby, Luca would get more points, right?
Mhm.
And then Wemby would probably be the next point leader in the series.
Yeah.
And then who would you think would be the following? Maybe Austin, Fox,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
then you got LeBron and Castle. I don't think Castle is necessarily there yet.
Well, my mind goes with the whole Wemby, how he changes the whole floor when he's on the floor with the defensive aspect of things.
But look
look at was like Kobe White drove in the other night, threw up a floater, thought he's getting over Wemby.
Kobe White is trash though.
That's fine, but still, you're an NBA player. You're not that much trash, right?
Well, Kobe White versus a Luka, that's a big difference.
Well, that is a big difference. But what I'm saying
That's
though,
my
what
point.
I'm saying though, what I'm referencing though is
Mhm.
I'm referencing over NBA player throws a floater in the paint. He's this dude's be like by the free throw line throwing a floater, right? Wemby blocked that shit, and he was down by the rim. And even like Kobe White's face, I'll send you the clip.
I know,
Kobe
I've seen
White's
it.
face,
I've seen
Kobe
it.
White's face is like, what the fuck? Like he blocked that? Like that's unreal. So I don't know. Like obviously they played each other 4 times this year. I'm guessing. I don't know. I don't know the stats of it, but I just the defensive impact I think the Spurs could do on the Lakers. I don't think the Lakers can do that to the Spurs. Well, but I don't know if the Spurs' offense is as good as the Lakers.
Let me ask you this.
That's the caveat of it.
Let me ask you this question before you go on these hypotheticals. Look at Wemby. Look, he blocks all this and that.
I'm a Wemby Glazer. Cool. Let's go.
What are the records between Luka versus Wemby all time?
I don't know, to be honest.
I'll tell you right now.
Well, has Wemby been on the court long enough? More court experience? Probably.
Every time. This is a Luka versus Wemby record. Anytime they've been on the court together. Not the Spurs versus Lakers record. Not the... Okay.
Run it. But I remember this, though, before you say this, because Wemby was on a minutes restriction for the longest time.
Sounds like an excuse, but sure. We'll throw in the asterisk if you want.
That's gonna impact the stats, though. That's all I'm saying.
We're not talking about stats. We're talking about the result of the game. Who affects winning?
Okay.
Are you ready? Let me hear a guess before I tell you. What would you guess?
It's gonna be Luka, probably.
By how much?
Obviously. By how much? Probably every time. I'm gonna say every time.
Is that your genuine feeling about Luka's performance?
Give me how many times they played together, and I'll give you my
6.
My
6.
guess.
6.
They played 6?
6 times. They matched up head to head 6 times.
I'm gonna say it's 5-1 Luka.
Why would you say that?
That's just because I just have a feeling because
if Wemby is so good and affects the game so much, and the Lakers would have no answer for, why would you guess 5-1?
Well, is this based in him on the Lakers or him when he was on the Mavs?
Period. Every time Luka has matched up with Wemby on the other side. So there's been a variety of players that Luka has played with.
I'm going to discredit the one if he played him when he was on the Mavs because that was a minutes restriction. So I would say cut it in half, right? I'm going to say 2-1. I'm going to say 2-1 Luka.
Sure, you could create any caveats that you like. Whatever makes you feel better in your mind.
I'm gonna hype the best product that the NBA has right now, obviously.
No, I want to hear your general analysis of who's a better player. Because you said the Lakers would have no answer for Wemby.
They're 2 different players, though. You can't compare them.
What do you mean? That's what NBA is. We compare different players all the time.
They're 2 different positions, 2 different players.
When does that ever matter when it comes to winning? That's like saying that's not fair to compare Joker to Shea because Joker's a center, Shea's a point guard.
I'm going to give Wemby the pass because he's only like 21.
You can do what I mean? Whatever you want, but you said the Lakers have no answer for Wemby today.
Yeah, I'll say that. I'll stand on that.
And the record shows otherwise.
That's fine.
And you're right. It is 5-1.
That's okay. You're going to be biased because you're a Laker fan. It's okay.
I'm going off of stats. You're going off of bias.
Let's hear the stats. I don't know the stats. So
5-1.
Then
5-1.
I see. I was right about the 5-1.
I said that. That's why I'm saying you're the one having the bias. I'm just pointing to the stats and proving why there is an answer to Wemby.
Okay, let's hear it.
No, that is my answer because Luka's 5-1 every time they've played. So really,
regular season though, right?
Well, yeah, they never played in the playoffs.
We got to see playoffs, and we'll know
who has playoff experience.
Luka, obviously.
Well, that's a crazy coincidence, ain't it?
Yeah,
that's a finals experience,
I still don't
playoff
think
experience, bubble experience.
Bubble experience.
I'm just saying.
No fans in the stands experience. No, it's fine.
True ball, all-time ball.
Facts.
I'm
Dude,
just
that comment. We talked about that. That comment thing was so divided.
yeah.
People were like, yeah. I was like, honestly, like, I don't know.
I personally don't. It's whoever believes fans actually matter, and I don't believe that the fans matter like that.
Well,
Nobody's making fans not making people make shots.
More just the fans though. Like, think of the travel aspect of stuff though. Like,
so everybody's at their peak. Everybody's in tip-top shape now.
I like that, you know. But you're still dealing with the COVID bullshit, right? People were getting sick still.
Everybody was though.
Oh, that was crazy.
So that's fair too.
2020. Shout out 2020. You fucked me real good.
Yeah, it was pretty depressing.
I turned 30 that year, and I was like, I got to celebrate my birthday like in my bedroom.
2020, yeah. 30. Okay, then I must have turned 31. Yeah, that was a depressing year for sure.
You got lucky. You get to celebrate your big 30. I haven't even done that.
I guess.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be interesting, and if there
don't get me wrong, I love Luka, man.
Yeah, that's not the question though.
I would love to see. I like what. So there, yeah. I mean, it's as of right now, Thunder are playing wherever the play-in would be, right? And then Spurs would play the Suns. It looks like Lakers are going to be playing Timberwolves. Rockets play Nuggets.
We're in the Spurs.
Rockets Nuggets matchup might be nice. Yeah.
Right. No, yeah. First round, that's amazing. Ideal for the Lakers. A lot of these matchups, get them out the way. Our toughest matchup needs to be like boom right there against the Spurs. And then I'm assuming the Thunder, would make it out of Denver. And
you would assume, right?
Yeah.
Barring any injuries or whatever it may be.
Barring any injuries. That's
hopefully not,
Yeah.
I hope everyone's honestly in the playoffs, I hope everyone stays healthy. It sucks when a big name player goes down.
Denver's just not the same looking team right now. They're just
Jamal Murray is kind of balling, isn't he? Like that's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, like 7 points. 7 points against the Lakers. That's
hit 7. 7
single digits, mind you. Maybe I misspoke on the exact digit, but it was single digits.
Man, he was so good in the bubble. It was like, oh, this guy's like balling, and then it's like, nope.
Right. Aaron Gordon lit our ass up, right? I mean, in any given game, you can replace Gordon's numbers maybe with Murray's numbers, but
when we were arguing about the whole Luka Wemby matchup, I'm basing it off Wemby's potential, right?
Right.
According to like what I know about Luka, which I still think Luka has a lot of growth to do. And he my favorite moment with Luka is when they played the Suns in that series when they were down. When it was when he was on the Mavs.
Was that the finals run?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
When Devin Booker talking shit, fuck Devin Booker first off. Anyways,
I like Booker. What's wrong with Booker?
And I just don't like his mentality. That's all it is. I like it. I like his game.
These are such subjective things you judge these guys off of.
That's fine.
None of it is actually measurable. You can't.
No, it's fine. If a guy, if you're practicing in the off season, here's my mentality with this.
You're
practicing in the off season, right? And you're getting doubled, right? You're playing pickup. You're getting doubled, right?
Yeah.
And you're bitching about getting doubled in pickup.
Yeah.
And saying this isn't basketball. That's part of the game. You're gonna get doubled in the game. You want to get better. This dude was complaining about that.
Right.
I don't like that.
That's
You're there to get better. You're there to get better. That's my only gripe. I like Booker's game. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I hate Booker. I'm just saying that time and the way he was talking shit to Luka, I felt was disrespectful. So
to be fair,
I'm not even a Mavs fan, but I was like, I kind of like what Luka that came and busted his ass.
So do you stand on the Clippers getting their ass busted by Luka when they were talking shit to him that bubble year?
Well, it's just like the whole
they did the same thing.
Well, it's just like yeah, I would say so.
So where's fuck Kawhi?
Well, here's the thing: was Kawhi even on that team
in the bubble?
Yeah,
of course he was. That was their year to win it.
After, right? Yeah,
that was their year. Their year.
Well, the bubble year was like a fucking weird year. I'd bring up the whole
I don't know.
Miami Heat thing with the Dirk as well when they were making fun of him when he had a cold, right? When they were walking LeBron and Wade were walking out and they were making fun of
Was that really a thing?
Yeah, that was a thing. You don't know about that?
Nah, I don't.
Dude, that's why, that pissed the fucking Mavs off. I'll send you some shit on that. That was some crazy shit.
Yeah, I want to check that out.
So Dirk had a bad game. I forgot what game it was. But pretty much he had like the flu or some shit, and he was like
Mhm.
on the sideline. He looked like shit. You know what I mean? So next game or whatever it may be, Bosh, Wade, LeBron walking out, doing like this shit where they're like coughing underneath their shirt, like mocking Dirk, and that just rubbed the whole team wrong. And I think that was karma for them losing that finals. So you know,
That's
woke up, man.
that's crazy.
Yeah, dude. It's
Okay.
bizarre. That's the whole thing with the Devin Booker thing with Luca. You know, where Luca was like, "Nah, what the fuck," and then it was just like, "All right." So I don't know. It's just like I said.
Well,
You know,
I say keep it fair, and you got to call out Kawhi's Clippers who tried to pick on Luca
I don't count
too.
I will. Okay, that's not fair though because I don't count the 2020 season, that bubble shit, as an actual season.
But that's a personal opinion. I'm talking about
That
actual play on the court. The truth of the
that's
matter
fine.
is, whether you recognize it as an official game or not, the Clippers team on the court started trash talking Luca, and Luca lit their ass up, just like he did with the Suns.
But yeah, I think I was rooting for that honestly at the time.
I'm just saying you're not very consistent, sir. And
I
I'm
am
just
consistent.
highlighting it.
I am consistent. I'm saying I like it. You know, until you talk shit, you get hit.
You
Right?
do
That's what
like
they
the
say.
Clippers, but you don't like the Suns.
I'm saying I like Kawhi. I'm not saying I like the Clippers. I don't know why you're deeming me as a Clippers fan when I'm like I just like Kawhi.
Well, you called out the Suns. I'm saying Kawhi
Oh
was
no, I
on the
called out Devin.
Clippers.
No, I called out a player. I called out not the Suns. I called out Devin Booker for talking
Oh, the
shit to Luca.
Suns. So the Suns didn't say it. It was just Devin Booker
It was
personally.
Booker, bro, and then Luca came out and busted his ass. So it's just like the whole. It's like what you're saying with the whole Clipper thing. It's like all right, they talk shit to him and he lit him up.
Luca's the truth, dude.
That's why I like Luca's game so much. You know, it's
He's
like,
been
oh, shit.
What is
He's
it?
a-
So affected by Wemby.
fuck.
He's been averaging 37, 10, and 10.
He's a killer.
10 and 10.
He's a killer. You know. I don't know why you're comparing Wemby to Luca. That's crazy to me.
Well, you
That's
said
bizarre.
that. You said the Lakers don't have a chance, and Luca's on the Lakers.
I never said they didn't have a chance.
You did say that. You said they have no answer.
I
Verbatim.
said defensively.
Verbatim.
Defensively. Inside in the paint, I don't think they have an answer. That's what I said.
Well, that's a edit of your comment.
Is it?
It is.
That's crazy.
100% is.
That's bizarre.
It 100% is.
Well, all right, realistically, do you think they beat in a 7-game series? You got Lakers over the Spurs, just based off experience. You're saying, right?
I say there's a big chance that can happen, and it wouldn't be that
Yeah.
surprising because of how young the Spurs are.
Yeah, I think it would be a fun series, to be honest.
Yeah, fun. Yeah, for sure.
I would just,
but no chance.
The only reason
I will argue the no chance part, and I showed you the.
I'm pretty
is
sure
in the pudding.
We gotta go back because I don't think I said no chance. I just said defensively, I like Wemby's.
That's not what
game.
you said.
I'm pretty sure I didn't say no chance.
You did say that. They have no.
I would like defensively. I would take Wemby's defense over anything the Lakers got, but then I counteracted that by saying
that's a soft take. That's a cold take.
No,
that's not a hot. You've dropped a hot take.
No, then I said the Spurs offense, I don't know what they would do compared to the Lakers. So I was like, it would be a good battle. And then you were like, let's look at the battle, you know.
Okay, so set the record straight. Do the Lakers have a chance to beat the Spurs?
7 games? It would be fun. That's all I would say.
There you go, everybody. I got him.
It would be fun. That's all I would say.
I got him. That's the truth right there. So that's
like you said, you shed some light on me, you know, like obviously the stats and stuff. So it's like, yeah, you put that in perspective.
Yeah.
But it's like
that.
But like I said,
there's
they're 2 different positions. I don't know what we're getting. Like I don't know at the time. Like I don't know what we're gonna get. It's gonna come down to like game plan, right? Do you think Reddick's gonna be, you know, capable of managing a good game plan against certain teams in the playoffs, like moving forward? Like I feel like Reddick's really smart. I really like him.
Yeah, this is consecutive 50 win game seasons in his first 2 seasons.
Yeah, they're 43 and 25 currently.
We're gonna get to 50.
Crazy, the Thunder on a 9-game win streak right now.
Yeah, I mean the Thunder in a league.
It's like they lose, like they win like 15, then they lose like 1 or 2, and then it's like, oh, another fucking 10-game win streak.
That's why. What conversation do you want to play the Spurs now, or do you want to play the Thunder now? I'm taking the Spurs now.
I'm with you on that.
Right?
Just based off, like you said, based off experience. You know,
that's definitely it. That's all I'm saying. And
what about how do you feel about the Rockets though? Lakers versus Rockets in the playoffs. How do you feel about that?
The Lakers Lakers struggle with physicality. especially at the wing, like the ball pressure. We saw it a lot in last night's game, but we saw in crunch time the Rockets still don't have a good like secure point guard situation. Every time Kevin Durant had got double teamed, I want to say there was like a period where there was like 4 or 5 consecutive turnovers, and KD kept getting double teamed. So it's kind of, I could see that as being their, that's a pretty good predictor of what their future is going to be. They just don't have a good point guard and playmaker to set everyone up. KD
Mhm.
needs the ball in his hands to make plays and score, and it's
Mhm.
at the detriment of everyone else.
Well, that's why I say, like, like we can argue about stuff like stats and all this stuff, like matchups, but like
Mhm.
at the end of the day, isn't like get your popcorn ready, like for these playoffs, because I think the league is in such a good place to where
Yeah.
it's like it's going to be a fun play. These playoffs are going to be super fun.
No,
Like
for
at the
sure.
end of the day, like whether who like gets
Right.
dominated or not,
Well, I
like I feel
guess
like
the arguing stuff, that's to me what makes basketball when you start
yeah,
breaking down like, okay, Wemby Luca,
it's very
why?
very Gen Z of you to do that. Very Gen Z of you.
Nah, I'd have these arguments with anybody, Kobe LeBron or MJ
Yeah.
LeBron.
Well, everyone does that. Yeah, we all have our hot takes, So
Well, if it, I don't, well, that's the thing. I don't really think they're hot if I can provide like, look, this is why, right? And if
yeah.
someone responds with like, LeBron has all the stats, whatever,
Well,
then
it's
we
just like
we
when
can go into it.
it's
But
just like when I said I like Kawhi over LeBron. He like locked his ass up in the finals, right? And then people were like, "This is what LeBron averaged in the finals," and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like,
that was a
okay,
hot take.
that was a hot take by me, but I said what I said, but
That's fair, yeah.
But
But
then but I was just saying, like, I like Kawhi more than LeBron at the time, and still, I like just Kawhi's game. It's just one of those things where,
right. But your statement was like, I have Kawhi all time above LeBron or
yeah,
something like that, right? And that's
yeah,
when,
I was on my shit that night. I was on my shit. Uh, and
oh my
it was
god,
funny because I was talking shit to people recently. I was like, look, I said that, and look at Kawhi just balling out, you know. And I was like,
yeah.
I hope he just stays like this and he doesn't get off the court and like just do some stupid shit or whatever. And it's like, oh my god, man, it's like,
I mean, his reputation is he'll just most likely get hurt at some point or maybe quit. Those are his most likely options.
yeah, I'm just glad we're talking about basketball again. I feel like I fell off of NBA
Yeah,
for the longest time, where I was just
right.
like, the league is in such a bad place right now. Like, it's not fun. There's no exciting shit going on. It's just Curry and fucking Clay dominating the league.
Yeah, this is good.
Yawn,
Like,
yawn. You know what I mean? It's everyone. I feel like everyone's coming back a little bit. They're like, all right, like let's bring it back. So
right. And I like touching on intricate stuff like salary caps and, we brought up the expansion and then, just little things like that that's outside of just like the highlights that you see on ESPN or whatever, like cuz there is a whole lot more going on than just, the highlights, right? But
yeah, definitely. I mean, that's a lot of the times that's like where my schedule only allows me like that aspect of seeing stuff. I'm
for
like, all right,
sure.
like,
Yeah.
or my fantasy team that I have, it's like, oh, this person reached this amount of assists or rebounds or
Yeah,
points,
fantasy's
whatever it
great
may
for
be.
that. Like staying
Yeah,
like who's, you always draft someone
it's
maybe
great.
late.
It's what's crazy is I've took like Cade Cunningham the past like 3 years in a row,
You
and
have
it's
him
just
or
like, yeah, I have him now currently, and I'm
oh,
like doing
okay.
decent. But it's like I've always been on his like train. I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
I'm rooting for the guy, and it's just like he's doing good, so I'm like, cool, like I appreciate that.
Where is he? Like, is he like a top 5 fantasy player
Yeah, I
or
want to say I can tell you right now. To be honest, let me go to my fantasy team.
I would imagine he would be, right? He stuffs the stat sheet a lot.
Yeah, he does. I'm trying to click my stuff here.
I would
Wow,
imagine what Joker is probably
crazy! I
number
won my
1.
matchup this past week, which was crazy.
Is it
Um,
a league
he's
of people
he's
or is it
actually
just
Cade's actually ranked 15. To be honest,
oh wow. Who's who's
um,
who's ahead of him that's not like who would you'd be surprised by?
let me go to all players. So Wimby's number 1, Jokic 2, Shy 3, Kawhi 4. Oh, actually, no, hold on. Cade's not 15. He's 6.
Oh,
So I
okay.
have Donovan Mitchell and Cade. So I have 6 and 7. 6, 7, whatever.
Nice.
The kids are fucking doing these days. And then Lucas 5. So the top 5 are Wimby, Jokic, Shad, and fucking Kawhi, Luca.
Wow,
And then
Kawhi's top 5.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
According to Yahoo right now. That's
No,
what it
yeah,
has.
yeah,
But
yeah. That's pretty good. I wouldn't have guessed he was top 5.
I don't know if that's stats or oh, hold on. That's remaining. Oh, this is projected, dude. Let me go to
Oh, okay, okay.
season total here. Okay, so season total so far, Jokic is 1, Maxi is 2, and then you have Shai
Oh,
at 3, Wemby at 4, Kawhi at 5, Scotty Barnes at 6, Jamal
oh,
Murray at 7. Yeah, it's crazy. And then Mitchell at 8, and Luca's at 9, could Durant at 10.
wow.
According to Yahoo, according to my stats that I have in front of me, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then Kate is 15. So
Wow,
that's
that's
fucking
interesting.
crazy.
I would have
Yeah,
never
crazy.
guessed that. That's
Yeah,
pretty good.
crazy. Well, it's just the way my league runs is a little weird because you do
Uh-huh.
matchups based off stat categories. So it's like you play all week, right? And
Uh-huh.
every day is a win or a loss.
Right, right, right.
So, or every category is a win or loss by the end of the week. So it's
Right.
like if I have more points than someone, I win that category. But if they beat me in the other 9 categories, it's like
You
they win
lost the
all those
week.
games.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
there you go. So
Damn.
it's cool. It's a lot. That's why like Sunday nights, like after midnight, I get home, I set my lineup for the week, and I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna touch this thing, and I'm not gonna alter it or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's not bad.
No,
It's pretty
fantasy
fun.
is good for staying
Yeah.
at least like in the know with who's doing well and who's not, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's a good, I guess, you're able to keep your hands on what's going on still without having to watch every single game, kind of thing, which is good, I think. I fell off football once I stopped playing fantasy, and I want to get
Yeah.
back into fantasy this year just because I
I've been
think it'd be
stuck in
fun
the
to.
past like I feel like the past like 5 years I've been stuck in fantasy football, but it's whatever.
It's
It's
between
it,
big
it's
draft
a
and
luck
best ball, or
it's a luck thing too, man. It's like you got to get lucky
I think
sometimes on some
so
players. Yeah.
for
Like
sure.
back in the day, I was running my fantasy leagues because I was like taking the Adrian Petersons, the Cam Newtons, and like the Calvin Johnsons of the world.
Right.
And you're running the league, and then it's like now it's like there's just like so many players out there, and like the way rosters are ran and depth charts, and just the frequency of the substitutions and stuff like that. It's just like fuck, like
Yeah. The
it's too
league
much.
the league is different now. There's two-headed running backs all the goddamn time, and then there's always that third down back, and where does that leave running backs
Or it's
now?
like a guy will go down, run the ball like 8 times for like 45 yards the whole drive, and then they put like this third string nobody in.
Exactly.
But randomly, the guy you're playing has that guy in his lineup for some fucking odd reason,
And they
and
knew
he
that
gets
he
like 3
steals
touchdowns.
touchdowns.
Yeah, yeah, he's his touchdown stealer. It's like, God damn it, this
That's
motherfucker.
yeah, for sure. That's how fantasy football goes for sure. I can't wait to get back in it just so I can get familiar with like
It's
the
a lot,
actual
man.
players. Yeah.
It's a lot of and I know a lot of people are like anti fantasy sports because they're like, well, I have a team I root for, but I can't take Lamar Jackson because I'm like a Browns fan. That's like me, right?
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm still gonna like root against him, like as I'm watching the game. But at the same time, it's like he balls out. It's like okay, like, I'm not that mad. So I know a lot of like old heads hate that. Like a lot of guys I know that are like older than me are like, yeah, I can't do that. Like that's just
Draft a team of a player
But
that you want to lose.
yeah,
Oh, they're
and
gonna
I'm
keep
like,
losing fantasy. You gotta have no
that's
feelings in
exactly you got to
fantasy.
adapt. If you're in it for the money, it is what it is. But if you're chasing the money,
If you want to
never mind.
draft all the Chargers, go ahead. You're gonna lose.
That's what
It's a
over
donation
time.
then.
That's what I've realized. It's like how many times I pass up on Lamar and he just balled out. So I've been taking him the past few years.
Right.
That's why I got the shades on. I got his, so I got the shades on.
Right, right. What is that?
Yeah.
The what does he do? Is he part of the Oakley guys that have the NFL Oakleys and all that?
Probably, yeah. He's probably got some type of deal. He's one
Oh,
of the faces, so
I want those meta glasses, the Oakley ones.
those are crazy.
Them shits are fire. I want
Yeah.
one, but I'll wait till they're able to film in landscape instead of just vertical video for now.
Yeah, that's so weird. I hate
Yeah.
like technologies like that sometimes.
I mean, it's cool for shorts, but
Yeah.
I don't
But if
know.
you're actually trying to do like some type of crazy stuff,
Yeah, or vlog or whatever, get a different
it'd be weird. You
perspective.
always have to turn like somewhere to like look exactly where you need to look, opposed to like I could just like go like this and then like that instead of like fully turn. Yeah,
Right, that's true.
it's super annoying. I don't know. So
Yeah. That pocket camera is cool. I like the feature that the head is on a, what do you call it, a gimbal,
yeah,
and it'll
yeah,
stick to your head, no matter where you move it, it'll lock in so you can keep talking and while you're walking and
that's dope. Yeah,
keep
that's super
steady and all
dope.
that. It's pretty dope. That's a popular camera right now for good reason. But
It's
yeah,
dope.
man, let me see if I had anything else for.
I mean, if you want to move on to something else, I'm down. But
Yeah, do you have anything?
I mean, I have my conspiracy series shit, but I mean that could be a whole nother fucking day of a video. But
Okay.
I could bring up some small ones if you want to keep talking. If you want to go a little bit longer.
Yeah. The Chargers Clippers one, I actually had that as part of my notes. I was gonna ask you,
Okay,
but it was
that's
perfect
not
that
coming back.
you went on the Clippers. I'm like, that's perfect to just throw it out there.
Yeah, and then we went off the Luca is better statistically right now, in this current day. 3/17 St. Patrick's Day. R.I.P. my grandpa.
Hold on, I didn't get to answer that either. The who would I
We
take?
didn't. Yeah, we just started arguing.
Because the long term Wemby the best long term. Next year
We
I'd be
we don't know that though. That's what I was trying to get at as we were arguing. I was
uh
like, the potential obviously is the Wimby fucking train. Everyone's like on the
right.
Wimby nutsack, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
obviously, like he's just a giant. He's so young, he's so
Right.
athletic. He has every. It's like a Durant that's 7'7". It's like, what the fuck is this world?
Right.
He's an alien.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Luca could just come out and be like, nah, fuck that. I'm the face of the league. You know, I'm gonna
He
come out here shoot logo threes, one fucking handed hook shots. You know what I mean?
he
Like
has that
drain 'em.
potential for sure. Like if I had to guess money, who would be the next person to surpass 83 points? For me it'd be Luca. He
Yeah,
has that fuck you
yeah,
mentality. Like he can I feel like he
mhm,
can take that chip and be like, I'm going for it tonight.
yeah.
And he has the capability, the skill to like
He
shoot
passes
from
so much though.
anywhere.
I talk shit about Devin Booker, but I think Devin Booker could do it as well. To be honest, like
Yeah, he's
he
gotten
has it in his
close.
game. Yeah,
Definitely gotten close. Embiid probably would have if he would have just played that fourth quarter.
yeah.
That was one in my comments that a lot of people were like, "What's up with Embiid?" And I mean, Embiid is definitely in that conversation. I mean,
Yeah.
I could only select so many,
Yeah,
and
people are Sixer fans, low key. A lot of Sixer fans out there.
yeah, that's
They
Sixers
be
is a popular, and Embiid's a
yeah,
great player. And 70
yeah,
points, that's in that same conversation.
yeah.
Um, but it would have been the lowest total out of that bunch. And I mean, I don't know. I think ultimately that's what it came down to. If I were to remove anybody from my list for Embiid, it probably would have been the Booker one.
Yeah, like I talked
71
to so this
versus
guy that I
Embiid.
know, he is an he's a college referee for women's basketball.
Okay.
So like him and I always talk because after the whole 83 point thing, he's walking by me and where I work. And I'm like, hey, I was like, just randomly question. I want to, how you doing, whatever. I was like, I just want to ask you something because we're like, he's a basketball guy through and through, and his wife passed away, and it's just a tragic story.
Yeah.
So I try to talk to him all the time about just stuff that's like more like
That he likes.
relevant and just gets his like, because he has a really big passion for basketball as well because he was a referee and everything, and it's
Mm,
just growing up and everything. And I was like, hey, how do you feel about the 83 points? He's like, oh, I thought it was great. He's like, I loved it. He's like, I didn't have any problems with it. I don't know why people were like complaining about it. He's like, He's like 83 is 83, regardless of how he did it. Who gives a fuck if he shot the free throws? Who gives a shit if the players were like trying to do stuff? And he
mhm,
was bringing up the whole Wilt aspect of things, of how Wilt was just doing that too. Like his team was doing that with Wilt. And I was like, yeah, I see your point,
mhm.
you know. And then he's like, how do you feel about it? I was like, well, it's like to me, I was like, I appreciated it up until the fourth quarter. That's where
Yeah.
I like stand on that. And I was just like, there's other performances that I saw live that I appreciated more because it would just seem more natural to me. I was like,
Mhm.
just because they were up so big or whatever it may be, like obviously yeah, people have a problem about it. But he was just like, yeah, like a lot of people like have these crazy takes. And I was like, yeah, like that's just the hottest topic right now to like bash on someone.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not bashing on Bam at all. I was like, I'm more bashing on like everything that happened around him. I feel bad for what happened, the way it happened.
Sure.
So
Yeah. I think if without the antics or whatever, the fouling and all that, I think it would have been a natural high 60-point game without
yeah.
that many free
That first
minus.
quarter was remarkable though.
No, it was.
Holy shit.
That's why I'm saying he probably would have just had another 30 on top of that.
I never seen a dude's jersey so drenched in sweat after a first quarter though. I was like, damn.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn. Looking like he
I
played 4 quarters and won. It's like shit.
if that 43 was cut by 40 or by 40 by 20 in the high 20s like all the other high point games, I think he would have naturally just ended up in the high 60s.
Yeah, true.
That's how much free throws played a
It's still
factor in that.
remarkable, still crazy.
It
So
is crazy.
I just wish he hit more of the threes, man. Because towards the end, you could tell he was just tired, so he was just jacking threes up, and his team was getting rebounds, and it was like, oh, foul. And he
Yeah,
was getting beat up the whole game too, and he was still blocking shots. That's what I liked about the performance the most. He was blocking the shots towards
right.
the end.
No,
So
yeah. I mean, it's up there, you know. But if I had to rank
dope.
it, I revealed my ranking on it, you
Yeah,
know.
you
I just
did.
feel
You
like there's
did.
five more impressive, and that's not including Wilt. But I didn't see any of that, and there's no footage, so it's hard to really speak on it or whatever.
Yeah.
You just hear that there was antics as well, and that's kind of like, why can't speak on that? Because
It's all secondhand
yeah, it's
information,
just
right?
storytelling at this point. But
Now we have all this media to like see whatever we're doing to be judged however we're being and what is real and what's not. So
debate culture, that's what
that's
we're
where
in,
we're
really.
at. Everyone has an opinion, you know.
Yeah, we're on a podcast.
Do you? I was gonna say like, do you? How do you feel? Like, because I sent you that video. I don't know if you watched it or not, but
Which one?
the dude on YouTube, I sent you a shout out to him. It was a video about him debating if NBA players should have the right to do podcasts
Oh
like
yeah,
during the season. Do you feel like they should, or do you like any sports player technically, right?
yeah.
Let's say any athlete out there, right? Do you think they should have the ability to like stream podcasts like during their regular season, or do you think that should be a part of like the contract stipulation of no media, all sports, all the time?
Well,
I swallowed some hair.
I guess my I guess in order for me to like understand why that would even be an issue, I guess I would have to figure out what would be the argument against it.
I
Because I
mean,
don't see any
I,
negatives.
I don't see any negatives. I mean, except Paul George. Like
Okay,
I feel like
what
he
were
kind of got really. I mean, even though he kind of stepped away for a little bit, right?
uh-huh.
But I mean, like I'm not saying me personally because I don't really care to be honest. Like, voice your opinion, man. You're an athlete. I want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah.
I remember for a long time I was just hooked to that Paul George podcast where I was just like listening to it as I was like cleaning the house, had my headphones in. I loved his stories, the way he would tell stuff, you know.
Yeah, he's a
And then,
good podcaster in my
but
opinion.
fans of the teams get pissed off because it's like you're just doing a podcast, you're not performing well on the court, and so it's like a big topic of
I think
like same with Draymond. Draymond comes out on his podcast right after games, like immediately after, and be talking shit about the refs or whatever it may be, right? And a lot of people have a problem with that. Like, do you think that's a big issue, or do you think that's just like a character thing? Or
that's an issue we're just creating out of nothing. If that's the argument that they just don't like it because they perceive it as like a distraction.
Mhm.
What's the difference between having a debate or speaking on how the game went on camera versus doing it in private?
Yeah.
You're do
Well, I think
you're doing the
yeah.
same thing because
Well, for me too, it's like the post game interviews, right?
sure, there's
It's like
even
I love to hear what they have to say, but I want to hear more sometimes. So it's like I appreciate the podcast aspect where I'm like, yeah, I fucking love
it's
what they're saying.
it's as about as unfiltered as they can be, right?
Mhm.
Candid thoughts and
Yeah.
opinions, and the only differences are putting it on camera. But I think people are would be dumb to assume that he's not already having these conversations with his friends privately without
Yeah.
cameras. So why would it be any different than doing it on camera? People are acting like he's the one that's going and editing and clipping, and you know damn well he's not paying he's paying someone to do all that anyway. He just shows up to the
Yeah.
studio, sits down and talks, and then
Yep.
goes back on his day. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
why would anybody, or why would
Yeah.
that even be a? I just think that's just an excuse people just want to create.
Yeah,
Just
it's like some type of niche type of topic where it's like, oh, let's just nitpick everything someone's doing because they didn't perform that well tonight
yeah.
on the floor, you know.
The fact is, Paul George is getting old. He's an athletic player. Like he relied a lot on his athletic ability and skill. He ended up getting a really nice handle at some point in jump shot, but he can't get to his spots like he used to. He can't defend like he used to. He's naturally declining, you know, like it's nothing that the podcast is doing. He's just getting
Me too,
old. Like,
man. Fuck me too, man. I'm
dude,
actually
yeah. That's just I don't know. Yeah,
I'm
that's
older
just
now than I was when we started the podcast. That's just the reality of the situation.
right.
You know, it's like, god damn.
It's that's just how it goes, you know. I don't know. The podcast thing, I think it's kind of cool that everybody wants to be able to like have a platform or opinion and have a place to talk about stuff, whether you get any traction or not. I think it's a healthy
I
hobby to
agree.
try to do, you know, like
Yeah.
I think it's fine. Like, I don't know. I think like for example, us having a basketball conversation or debate or whatever, I feel like that's something that would naturally happen even if we were talking in person. And I
Because
think
it's definitely,
that's
you know, yeah.
fine, you
Yeah,
know.
exactly.
That's
Yeah.
healthy too. That's what sports people do. Like I like my team because of this. You like your team because of that.
I don't have a team. That's the problem. I need to figure it out. I guess, right? Shit. I see. We as a when I'm talking about the Lakers. So I guess I don't know.
I,
I guess I'm
uh,
biased to the
I
Lakers.
suggest get on the bandwagon now. While we're getting this new Dodger ownership, we may start running the league soon. That's all I'm gonna say. Um,
Possible.
but it's one of those things where it's just kind of like that's just what sports people do. And if you want to do it online, and maybe one day you get traction with it and get paid
Well,
for it,
that's why I like
why
it.
not?
Iron sharpens iron at the end of the day. So it's like
Yeah,
I love people's ideas and minds because it's like now everything's just going towards the AI shit, where it's
yeah,
like we're kind of losing the aspect of like humanity a little bit. Like I think people's creativity is like unmatched. Like a computer can't do what someone can do sometimes. Like
right.
yeah, well it could aid you because you could feed it like what you needed to feed it, but sometimes I'm like sitting there thinking like, dude, I appreciate someone's mind more so than like someone living their life through like a AI generated, type of app where they're getting all their responses from that and they're living their life through that. It's
Yeah,
kind of sad.
yeah.
Hate to see it, but it's
I think
the trend.
the podcasting just process for me has been like an eye opener. Just the amount of time that goes into A, what kind of equipment do I need to make a podcast?
Mhm.
B, what kind of podcast do I need to make? C, how do I do that? Oh shoot, I want to stream. How do I stream? I want to have topics. How do I make topics? Oh fuck, now it's time to have the conversation. How the fuck do I have a conversation that sounds somewhat natural, free flowing at the same time, but scripted, stay on
Yeah,
topic, but not like to me this is like such a fascinating medium
I
of
agree.
like art. I think this is art because
It
like
is.
the fact that people can
It
have
is.
such successful like podcasts that are just conversations that are engaged, like you can live on every word on some of these podcasts that they're so entertaining to listen to. And to me that's like, how the fuck did they do that? Like I'm in awe at really good podcasters that are solo. I do not know how the fuck they do that so
Dude, there's like
well.
yeah, insane.
Yeah. And
Insane.
or the framing of their questions. Like I don't know if you listen to Bill Simmons, his podcast.
Mhm. Great
I
podcast.
fucking love the kind of questions, the fun hypotheticals he comes up with. They're
Mhm.
so like as a basketball like any hardcore basketball fan can sit there and hear a question he's asking like the Chargers versus the Clippers was inspired by one of his questions that San Antonio a fan asked Bill Simmons to answer on his podcast. Do you think the San Antonio Spurs would trade Wemby for an opportunity to have an NFL team? Caveat, the NFL team is the Chargers. And I was just like, bro, like
Uh,
such a good fucking question. Like
yeah.
a city who's been dying to have a team, NFL team for how long?
They're the largest city without an NFL team in
Are
the
they
United
willing to
States,
mortgage they're one of the greatest potential players of all time so they could finally have an opportunity for the city to have an NFL team? Great
would you do that?
fucking question. And
Yeah.
mind you, Bill didn't necessarily come up with it, but that's only a question you would
It's
ask
not it's
Bill
not that's
Simmons.
why I have all these crazy, like, theories and questions. That's why I'm, like, the fire guy when I say shit because 'cause I'm like, "Let me spark a reaction out of someone." So
Yeah.
sometimes I know I trigger you, but I'm like, I know you're gonna be
But
biased about certain players and certain, like, styles. That's why I'm like, "I'm gonna
right,
say what I say, let's see
right.
what you say, and then we'll go from there, and
But
then you can shed light on me,
here's the art of that. Like
Yeah.
you craft that question to get the response, let's say out of me.
Mhm.
On my end, my response also needs to be a crafted response to make this conversation like
S
engaging now, worth listening to. There's nobody wants to listen to an entire hour or two or three of people just 100% agreeing about everything and not having a strong opinion about nothing. Nobody
Yep.
wants to listen to that.
Stand on business. Yeah.
So it's almost like a dance back and forth from two, you know, people on a show or more that can kind of have that rhythm of like, all right, cool, this is a perfect button to push for Kyle because Kyle's gonna play with this a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, and he's gonna like go off and do whatever. You know what I mean?
I'm
Like
always yeah.
to me, that's part of the fun.
Yeah, I
And
agree. That's why, like, I just say I'm grateful for you having me on because it's like some of your aspects I really think like even like I still think about shit, you know, like after we're done like tonight, I'm probably gonna be like, yeah, like let me think about this, you know,
well,
some more.
you
And
know,
I'd be asking this shit to people I work with or people like I know that, you know, around me. I'm like, hey, what do you think about this? Like, let me give you this. And it's like some people are just like, no. And I'm just like, damn, how
yeah,
close minded some people could be. I'm like, at least like the acceptance of like us going back and forth is nice because we could just
yeah,
kind of just like jargon it out. Like we know we're like just, you know,
yeah.
we're just like sports. It's sports
It all
talk.
comes
Like
from
it's all
play, you
yeah,
know.
it's sports talk. At the end of the day, it's like you know, who am I? You know, I didn't fucking play in the league for 15 years or whatever. You know,
No, yeah, for
it's
sure.
just fun to jargon about. So
Yeah, yeah, and I appreciate your time as well. Just because this isn't it's sometimes hard to have just conversations about shit. You know what I mean? Like it's not as fucking easy as I thought going into it at all. And
I've been doing this in real life, like not on a podcast, but I've been doing this in real life for a long time. I feel like for the past like at least 10 years, where I ask people like crazy questions in person
right,
and to see their response, and they some people have no answer. Like I never thought about that.
right,
And then you get their creative juice flowing, and then it's like, hey, like the other day, like you know, the next day they'll be like, oh, I thought about what you said. Actually, I would do it this way, and I'm like, okay, well, why would you do it that way?
yeah,
And then it's crazy to see like how people perceive things in reality opposed to like how I saw it originally, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, I should look at it that way too. So it's just I'm grateful for people in general.
yeah, yeah, and
So it's not all hate or all love, but you know, there's a common ground in the middle. So
right, and to me the challenge is putting that in a show form.
yeah,
How do you take that skill you have of questioning, coming up with fun questions, thought provoking questions, and creating like a solid, I don't know, hour, 2 hour, however long you're trying to make your thing out
yeah.
of it, and like, how do you make a good clip out of it? How do you know what I mean? Just like, that's the hard part. Like, and doing it on a camera, on like, not natural.
And you're not like reading off a teleprompter at all. It's like
You're not reading off a teleprompter.
going off some notes. Like I was re-listening to the Friday the 13th one we had,
uh huh.
and I was like, shit, I said some stuff that probably wasn't right about that movie, and I was like, fuck, what was I thinking? Because
In the
I just
moment,
watched some shit real quick, and I fucking put some notes, and I was like, we were doing this shit, and I fucked up what I was saying like off the rip, and I was like, then I was like
yeah,
reading my notes, like, did I say that already? Because we were talking about some outlandish shit,
right.
and I'm sure someone like probably listened to it and was like, this guy fucking missed this part of what he was talking about, and it's just like. That's why it's nice to have people in the comments be like, "Oh, actually, this," you know.
Right. And that's
Oh,
cool to me. Like, cause I
yeah,
know
same.
I'll hear stuff from other people's podcasts and I'm just like, this person has no idea about basketball or whatever.
Yeah,
But I still finish the and I'm still like, all right, hell yeah. When I see a
yeah,
new one, I'm like, I'm listening to it, you know?
yeah. Lock in, yeah.
Yeah. So
It's
I,
dope.
yeah, for
Super
sure.
dope.
It's fun. For tomorrow's, I have more of the current event type stuff that we can focus on and play with and
That works for me.
step out of the sports thing for a little bit, or at least the basketball,
Yeah,
NFL,
people get so pissed off at some shit on sports. It's crazy. Sports is like,
just like takes, you mean?
yeah, some takes, man. People get so mad. It's like, what the fuck?
Are you this is a fun question. Are you you ever heard the term Disney adult?
Yeah,
What do you think about Disney adults in general?
I mean, you know, trauma.
Okay, go on, break it down.
So I will say this right now, off the rip with the Disney stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I have been anti Disney since about 2019, probably or
Okay.
2018.
Uh-huh.
I had a Disney pass. I was going like 3 times a month.
Nice.
Girl I was seeing or whatever, but my reasoning for the whole Disney stuff was like I went so much, I got so burned out, and I just felt like it's better for like me as an adult now. I appreciate other things opposed to that. I think if you have a pass and you love going in, if you're a hardcore fan, obviously, like we love the scary shit and all that, so we're gonna go to that. Like, so
Yeah.
we're just like, you know, whatever it may be. So like, I respect people like that, but I'm not gonna be that guy. I'm not that guy where it's like I'm gonna be going to Disney as much as I did. So I told myself I was like, I'm taking 20 years off the Disney train.
So it's not
So
necessarily anything against Disney adult people
Well, I
because
honestly too, I don't like the direction Disney went with a lot of movies and shows they were producing. For me, I just feel like they
right,
got so woke and they
right,
were just pushing some type of agenda on us, you know?
sure, yeah, that's
And it was a whole
common.
media thing. Yeah, and I like the darker, grittier, darker, fucked up psychological stuff anyways, and I feel like there was some hidden like messaging within Disney, but at the same time I feel they're pushing all this like they were doing all these like gender swaps and cultural swaps with
Yeah,
certain characters that were
right,
pivotal to the industry of what Disney was standing for, right? And I feel like that was shattered for me as a person. So I lost respect for that as a person.
that's fair.
And I don't care if you go, like, I don't judge these Disney people, but when people are like, "Oh, you don't like Disney?" I was like, "No, I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm just saying, me
Right,
person, I'm taking a break off Disney.
that's
Like
fair.
you lost my trust, you lost my loyalty a little bit. Like I'm still I'll peek my head in every now and then, you know what I mean? Like I'll watch the classics and stuff like that. Like still have a rights to a lot of stuff. And they actually, they took over like the Alien Predator stuff, which I love. So
Yeah,
I'm in it for that, but as I'm not a Disney adult, I appreciate it. Like obviously, I think women are more so Disney adults, but there's dudes out there that love Disney too. So, but
right.
Star Wars stuff, I'm kind of burnt out off of. It's just to me. How do you feel about it?
Well, yeah, Disney adult in general. My feeling on it, I would consider myself a Disney adult. I don't have a
Well,
pass
you got you
currently.
you have kids too. You have kids too.
I was
So
going
it's,
before kids.
oh, okay.
That was one of the first bills that I had to my name once I turned 18. I got a pass. I mean, mind you, I guess backstory, my mom, her job was at a Disney store, and one of the only things she
Well,
was
yeah.
able to one of her perks were passes for like for free for her. So one of
Oh,
the
that's
only
dope.
things she could, I guess, afford to do because it didn't really cost anything but the gas and maybe like the pre-made food was to
Yeah.
take us up there. So I went a lot as a kid, which I just kept doing that as an adult with my
Yeah.
girlfriend
It's
at the
like, yeah,
time or whatever,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But my angle on that was the sports fandom and how similar sports fans are to Disney fans.
Facts.
And
Facts.
I was just curious to see if we were gonna go down this crazy Disney adults are crazy because they spend money on this.
I don't.
Meanwhile, they spend
I don't.
money on that. They
I mean,
dress
I'm
up
not.
like this when they also
Well, I
dress
was,
up like
remember
that.
when I was talking about, this is what I'm gonna bring up. Remember when I was talking about things guys should not do, right?
Yeah.
Dudes should not do, like men, grown ass men.
Okay.
Like, I just thought, like, if you're a grown ass man and in one of those Disney hats with the goddamn Mickey Mouse ears on it, and you wear that shit not at Disney, like
Oh,
around
okay. Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
San Diego, like, I'm gonna judge your
Just
ass.
around the city or whatever. Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
judge your ass. I mean, if
That's
you have
fair.
some type
Yeah.
of disability or whatever, and like whatever, that is what it is. But like,
Right. I don't know if
if you're rocking fucking that with like Jordans out in downtown San Diego, I'm gonna
that's a
be like,
vibe.
what's
It's a vibe.
with the fucking goofy flap in the back though,
This
the
guy,
safari flap?
this guy knows how to have fun. That's my thought.
That's what people do. I guess girls love it. I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm single and like people don't like me, but like
People
I
don't
don't
like
know.
me.
I don't
I don't
know,
know if
man.
that.
I mean, like I said, I don't care if people like me, don't like me. I've always been like that. Like, opinion subjected to whoever. But
That'd be funny
like I
if
said,
someone was like, Kyle's a bad guy because he
that's
doesn't go
fine.
to
Red flag.
Disneyland.
People are like red flag. Kyle doesn't like Disney. I was like, well, dude, I grew up going to Disney, like Splash Mountain. I went to the OG Splash Mountain when it
Right.
was like the legit shit, like.
Dude, you're a Disney
And
fan.
well, okay, well, I guess like growing up, yeah, of course, I had the fucking pin fucking stash going on with the
Well,
fucking thing going on. I'm trading pins with people. Like you want, I was like, hell yeah, I want that shit.
right. I've never done like a lot of that stuff. Like, I don't know, like, and I even differentiate the parks. I like going to the parks and rides and that. I don't even watch
Yeah,
that many of the movies. I haven't watched a lot of those movies like you're probably referring to. I
yeah.
only watched them maybe because my kids turn them on, but I haven't been a fan like that. It's just mainly like I like going to the parks. I like getting my food, the new drinks. If I can get on a couple
That's what I was doing
rides
when
and
I had the passes. That's what I was doing.
yeah, and vibe around, I'm all about that.
Yeah, no, if I'm
But
going with people, yeah, I'll go. But like I told myself, I'm not going like just. I'm not like I don't have the itch current day right now. But like I need to go to Disneyland
yeah,
to
I feel
experience
that.
this. I just told myself I'm gonna take like a hiatus, right? I said 20 years, but who knows? I meet someone, we want to go, I'll go.
Yeah,
But like I'm not right now, like, oh, I'm itching to go to Disney right now.
Yeah, I feel that.
Like they got this ride out there that I need to go to.
I've
Like it's the
seen a
best same
lot of
experience.
a lot of posts or reels that make fun of Disney adults, and
Yeah,
the
they be clowning on people for sure.
when I come across the sports fandom, they're so
It's the
similar.
same shit. Yeah, that's why I
It's
said it's like it's all
funny
subjective.
how
Yeah.
similar it is. We both buy tickets to things that are hella expensive and cheer on things that like, you know what I mean? Like we're hardcore die hard fans of things that have nothing to do with us personally. You know,
Who's your favorite Disney character?
I don't know. I don't even like think
Like
of it like that.
Out of the OG ones, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
okay,
just like
yeah. I
the classic.
guess I don't know. I like the old school like goofy cartoons, the how
Yeah,
tos, how to
yeah, yeah,
swim,
yeah.
how to fly. Like
Yeah,
I always
I
thought
was
those
gonna
were
say
pretty
that's
dope.
probably mine as well. You know,
Um,
even like the Goofy movie is dope. It's one of my favorite
yeah, that's
movies.
a great one. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's an all timer. But like I can't do characters. Like I don't like taking photos with anybody. I get awkward. Like there's a person
yeah.
in that mask and the costume that who knows what. Like I don't want to.
So a funny experience I had actually. This is long ago. I went to when they were. I don't even know what it's called. Is it Tomorrowland now? I don't even know where it's like Star Wars and shit is at.
Okay,
But
yeah.
there's the Marvel stuff over there. I haven't been there in so long. I don't know what it is now,
Okay.
but there's like Space Mountains on that side. But so I was with my sister and my brother in law at the time, and we went and met like Darth Vader, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fun experience, dude. Because like you go and you wait in this line, right, and then you go back and you're like with him. He's like talking shit.
Yeah,
I just thought it was fun.
he's a
So
troll
we
for
go.
sure.
Oh, for sure, it was
Yeah.
great. And then we get in the line for Spider Man because
Mm-hmm.
I was nerding out because at the time I was like super into superheroes at the time, you
Okay.
know, and I kind of got burnt out off the superhero stuff.
Okay.
But at the time I was like all into it. I was like, fuck it, let's go do it. No, I was just like hyped up on sugar and just like the whole experience because like at the time, obviously Avengers are like popping off all this shit, right? But Spider Man was there, so we see Spider Man or whatever. It was like dope. It was a cool experience, like how he was and just like how the characters. So like much respect to those people that like go in there and the actors that have to go on and put that happy face on
Right.
24/7 and all the actors at Disney that are just like so genuine towards people and make that experience there at the park to like want people want to go back.
Yeah.
Like I'm not saying like I would like, you know, I would want to go back obviously, but I'm just saying I'm taking a break personally on a
And
personal reasons on my level.
yeah, I
Because
feel
I
feel
was
that.
going 3 times a month, man. You go 3 times a month for like 2 years, you get burnt out off Disney. Like
Yeah,
honestly, like
not
unless you're some type of fucking, you know,
not enough stuff changes out there to
that was what was going on at the
make
time. There
it
was a lot of construction going on. There wasn't a lot, so I
and
was kind of just like, I'm gonna take a break. You know,
right. Also, the price keeps hiking every year, so maybe if it was more
dude.
affordable, you know, stuff like that.
And it's always so crowded. If it wasn't as bad, where it's like, oh, like I can ride every ride in a day. You know, sometimes it's like you can only ride a couple rides, and it's like I'm burnt.
Yeah, I don't want to wait in
Literally,
an hour-long line of whatever. Yeah, yeah, that's I stopped. I dropped my pass because of the price. That's I'm gonna give it a year. I'm gonna
how much was your pass monthly? If you don't mind me
um
asking, like 50 or something like that, or
we so it was 4 passes. We were pushing like $500 a month for our pat for four of the whatever level passes we had. So
god damn.
kind of nice pocket change to keep now that I'm not
Well,
paying
that's why,
for
like,
that.
well, I think currently too, as I'm getting like tattoos, right? I have my tattoo adventures going on, so it's like all my money's going kind of into that, like my
Right.
savings and stuff, like because those are forever investments. Like, I feel like Disney's going to be there,
Yeah,
you know. Like,
like
you know, I don't know.
I what we really wanted to do was buy a house at some point and just pocket that money, pay off some stuff.
Yeah.
It's just at this point we're just focused on paying shut off because we don't even know what the housing market's gonna look like, or we thought gas was gonna get cheaper and it's fucking $6 right around the corner from me right now. So
Damn, I know. I just paid like what 507, I think, yesterday.
it's kind of so yeah, we don't know. We're just gonna focus on paying shit off, and worst case, I'll probably just end up dropping money on a side business or something and
Smart,
have
smart.
that run, because I don't. To me, this sounds point. I'm not gonna jump into a
Get a bookie, you know, making
something
side bets. Yeah.
like I just don't need.
Everyone, I feel like everyone's doing a little hustle. Like we do this, you know, like maybe this will turn into something and you
Yeah,
know pop off and like
right.
you know that'll be like our next endeavor. But
Shit, that'll be like the ultimate like fuck.
that would be yeah. I would, if I could, man, I would just stay at home, play video games all day and stream. Like I wouldn't even like
Right. I think that's why streaming is like
blink an
so
eye.
popular
Yeah.
now. Like everybody wants to stream. Everybody wants to do a podcast. It's hard for people to stay consistent doing it and then do it well. So it's kind of like a easy barrier to entry, but it's hard to actually like do numbers and get a following. All that shit is so
I know.
hard,
I
dude.
was like, I was telling you, I got to set all my stuff up for like the podcast that I do. Like, I want to get a background like you and have like, you know, the shit going across the screen, all that kind of stuff.
Right. It's
And
all
I've already talked to some people that I know that want to hop on, like talk about stuff. And I kind of told them like the foundation of like what we would do, right? And they're like,
yeah.
oh, okay, I like you to have a structure, like that's really good. I was like, yeah, like I was like, I think I appreciate you for showing me the way, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
of like setting that up. So that's why I told them. I was like, yeah, my buddy, dude, he kind of like helped me out a lot, just kind of giving me a foundation and outlet of like do it this way because I've always been structured, very structured, even when I was in school. So it's like,
Right. Or at least an example you can play off of and you can change
yeah, because some people will just go on
whatever.
Chat GBT 100%, just like write everything. Like I know people that go to school and do that, you know, and it's like, God damn, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
What you mean like for script writing or something?
yeah, or just like in general, like doing their assignments. And
Oh,
it's
yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
dude, like, come on, be like, at least do something, like, put some effort in
The
there. You know?
the thing that I noticed the most that I guess trips me up is the over analyzing or over planning and just doing. And I have pushed off doing this for so long because I've been planning, which mind you, sure, yeah, it was good planning. I'm happy with a lot of the way like it's coming out. But nothing's gonna be as good as just practicing and getting reps of just doing. I can have the best camera, the best lighting, the best script, the best this or that. But if I suck performing anything, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like none of it will matter. So if anybody, is thinking about it and wants to do it, my best
Stick.
advice is just to it's what do you call it? Exposure therapy. If you're
Mhm.
afraid to talk on camera, keep
Talk
doing
on
it.
camera.
You gotta
Yeah,
do it. You know,
get better.
that's the thing that's holding people back from just trying a lot of shit, I think. This
Yeah,
is
no, we did the podcast on that Friday 13th one, which
mhm,
everyone, if you're watching, go look back at that one. We ranked our favorite shit from Friday
mhm.
13th franchise. But that day, man, I feel like that whole day was just me structuring what I wanted to say.
It's
And
good
I was just
practice for
sitting
you.
there. Yeah, no, I was kind of just like, let me watch all these clips again. Let me do some a little bit of research here and there. And then
Right,
I kind of made like, you know, bullet points on my notes. And I
right.
just was going down and I was like, damn, I did a lot of work today. And then by the time I was like, oh, I'm done. And then we started doing the podcast and I was like, okay, everything I was thinking I had to remember too. So I was like, damn,
Yeah.
it's a
It's
lot. So it's like, shit.
it's good practice for sure. For your preparation behind the scenes. I have my way of doing it, and I've told you how I do it, and you're gonna find your way of how you like to do it. But at least you going through the motions is just making you 1% better and better, and the next one will be better. And you're gonna record a solo one day, and you're gonna be like, "Fuck, this is hard as shit." And there's gonna be other days where you're gonna be like, "This is so fucking fun, back and forth. I want everyone to be like this, or every show to be like this."
You know,
It's not easy, especially weekly. It's
do
tough.
you, so do you stream like every day or do you do just certain days or?
No, the overall form of my pod is at least a once a week episode.
Mhm.
So I at least want to drop one once a week.
Oh, I'm getting a fucking leg cramp.
Are
Oh
you
my God. I gotta stand up. Give me a second. Oh God. I gotta stand up. Oh, check my shorts out though. There's some horror shorts. Let's go.
what is that? Oh, it's a
Oh
bunch of
my
characters
God.
on there.
Dude, that was the worst hamstring fucking cramp I ever had.
I think you're the first person to get an injury while potting.
It's not an injury, it's a cramp,
I
bro. I
think you got
hydrate real quick.
the Kawhi syndrome is
Ah,
you
yeah.
remind me right there.
Hey, you know, greatness recognized, greatness recognized.
But
Drink
yeah,
your water, you know. Okay, continue. Sorry. That hit me hard
you're
right now.
good. You're good. Oh, but yeah, yeah, all that practice for you in your show notes, and then putting into practice, and then trying to structure conversation, keep it on topic while keeping it natural. That's the sauce right there, and it's so hard to do.
Yeah, someone that does it amazingly is Tim Dillon. He's a comedian. He does it all
Yeah,
by himself. That
he
guy,
is a fucking
the
genius with that.
the way yeah, it's like watching it is like it's such art to me. I'm just like,
Yeah, he's so good, and you know, sometimes I feel like I'm overcomplicating it by adding the streaming portion of it because there are no redos when you're streaming. You know, I just can't redo this idea I had. I have to talk it out in real time and iron my idea out and try to be engaging and this and that at the same time. It's hard as fuck, you know? So I don't know. That to me, that's all part of the practice. Right now, this is about like, you know, everybody wants to worry about getting to their idea of what success is, and this journey part right now where you're just in the process of doing it and figuring it out and doing it, figuring this is the dream. I think this is
so
the fun part, you know.
funny, you know. It's a
So
creativity. It's a creativity aspect of it. It's a, you know, like my mother, like, you know, she when I, you know, and I told you my grandfather passed away on St. Patrick's Day like years and years ago. But
right,
her thing when she was younger was she was, you know, would write poetry.
okay,
So I always thought that, you know, like as I'm aging, I was like, I need to do something that is like a true passion of mine, which is a creative outlet like this, you know,
right,
or whatever it may be. And that's how I will remain, like that will bank on my happiness level of like something that I can go to, get my creative juices flowing, you know, and do something that like I think is creative moving forward. And I think someone would appreciate it and maybe spark them to do something creative, and we can just, just spread that, energy
right,
to an outlet of where you can just creative and grow and keep going.
yeah,
And so it's nice to do. It's lovely.
definitely, yeah, for sure, yeah. I reached out to my cousin who won the fantasy,
Yeah.
and he has his own podcast, and I asked him, hey, whenever you're free, I want to bring you on and talk to me and a buddy I've been working with, and he's
Knock it
interested in
down.
the fantasy too, and maybe we can pick your brain a little bit and just have fun and talk about football, you know, and listen to how you think about
This guy's gonna show up with
fantasy.
like a whiteboard, dude, looking like John Gruden over here. And it's
That'd
like,
be
yeah,
pretty
I got
dope.
this guy. I would respect that. That'd be fun.
He was just like, okay, well, you want to hop on mine and then yours. I'm like, yeah, we'll knock
Yeah, go
out
back and forth.
yours,
Yeah.
and if you're able to come on, you know, mine or ours, if you have yours up at that time. um that's like the perfect, like, you start, what do you call that, networking and sharing exposure to different people, and that's kind of the community. Like, to me, that's just how it works, you know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
it's perfect. Cut up the clips. You have any tips about anything, how someone makes their thumbnails, how they create their hooks or whatever, like, I think that's like just bounce
Yeah,
back and forth off.
it's a process for sure.
Yeah, dude, it's fuck. Yeah, it's tough.
Takes time, man.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. But right now I'm just focusing on being consistent and having one episode per week for sure.
Yeah.
So we have the BAM episode that just dropped. I have the Friday the 13th that the live went active, but I haven't like cleaned it up to put, you know, take out any of the dead air or anything like that, you know.
You know,
I
some
like
people
to
like that kind
usually,
of stuff.
yeah, I like to try to clean it up to make it a proper video, but you know, we've been going fairly often. Twice again
Yeah, I
this
mean,
week.
I mean, like I said, I'm off Tuesday, Wednesday, so it's like, I mean, I gotta start doing like, I want to do my health journey one to get that all
Yeah. No,
done.
yeah, you whenever
But I
you
might do that during the day tomorrow just to knock it out.
yeah,
But
that's fine.
I have a structure of what I'm gonna do, so it might be pretty smooth, I think. But
Yeah. Whenever you want to come on, you know, it's you're not
yeah,
obligated
Sam.
or
Yeah,
anything, you
Sam.
know. Um, but yeah, that's anything daily. I couldn't even imagine doing daily. I could barely get my notes ready like weekly to like have a thorough note.
I'm telling you, streaming like video games by yourself sometimes it's like fuck. Like you got like one or two people watching you, then you got people popping in
Yeah.
that are randos, and then they're like, oh, like whatever, and then I got people in there that like I've never played a game, and then they hop in, they're like, oh, it's my favorite game I ever played. And then it's like they're telling me stuff about the game that I don't even know.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, okay, I'll tune in or whatever. And then it's like, they start following, and then it's like some days I'm just there by myself. There's no one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? is what it is. Maybe like someone will throw this on their YouTube before they go to bed or whatever, and then it will be like, you know, whatever it may be. So
How do
that's why I
you
do it.
for someone who would be nervous or has a hard time trying to talk to themselves, how do you do that? Or how, like, I guess
Just,
what works for you? How do you do that?
I mean, I just let it flow. I think like I've accepted of like who I'm at as a person. I'm not scared to say what I want to say. Like
Yeah,
obviously you're going to censor certain things, right? You're not going to come out and like just say some crazy shit. I mean, you can. Like obviously that will get like some probably some hits or whatever it may be, but I'm more of like I'll say my opinion. I'm like I'm a comedian at heart, so I'll say some very outlandish shit because it's what I'm thinking at the time or whatever it may be. Like if it's in my mind, I have like the ADHD mind, so it's like I'll be playing something and like, oh, this reminds me of this, and it'll trigger a memory, and I'll just say it out loud. You know,
right,
so I think people, have an idea kind of before you do it, and then kind of as you're doing it, like just kind of perfect the craft.
right, right. Yeah, that was hard for me playing video games. I dabbled in it a little bit. I did.
Mm,
It was a scary game. That wasn't on HBO, the movie or the TV show,
HBO,
the
yeah.
popular TV show with the mushroom head people.
Oh, Last of Us.
Last of Us. Yeah, I started that, and I had a couple people in and out as well. But man, it was so awkward just trying to sit there and talk to yourself the whole time and
Yeah.
just try to come up with things to say and
My energy level is 100% dip up and down because sometimes I'll be playing an NBA game and I'll be like playing. I'm like, oh, this is hype. Like I have like close game. And then other times I'm just like, dude, I just exerted all this energy, feeling like I'm on the court right now, running around like
yeah.
with my vocals.
Do you think
And then
your views fluctuate based on your energy? Like, do you get more views when you're up and
yeah, I mean, obviously, like I'm sure people like click on this right now if they see me wearing like my glasses, they'd be like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, what the fuck is he doing? Or whatever. But
yeah,
like it's that plus like what you're talking about too as you're playing the game, like your mindset,
right,
because it's just some people, are just sitting there playing and they don't like voice at all. Like some people don't have a camera on either. I was thinking about doing that too, is just turning my camera off and just having the voiceover of me talking about it.
with the
Like
game
me as
playing?
I'm playing. Yeah, with the game playing. I thought that would be kind of decent as well.
Yeah,
Because I have so many games, it's like, but I'm so backlogged on playing stuff. So it just I don't know. I have a really big passion. You have to have a really, really good passion for what you're gonna do. Like if like sometimes like you'll play a game and you're like, oh, I don't know if I can play this. Like it's not my style. But if you have the passion and the mindset enough to do it, you'll just put yourself to do it.
right,
It's kind of like forcing yourself to do it at the time, but
right. I gotta like so far I've only done one episode solo and then we've linked up since then,
yeah.
which has been
With the with
awesome.
the with the
It's
podcast or no?
yeah, with the podcast. I've only
Oh
had I
shit.
had my
Okay.
first episode solo that I dropped. I had some topics that I spoke on. I had notes on, some scripted, some not. But the game plan was I wanted to film it as if I was going to be a YouTube video, like a solo YouTube video,
Oh.
but I stream it at the same time because I knew nobody was really going to be watching. But in the event that someone does pop in, has questions, this and that, I can interact with it. Um, but at the end of the day, I was just going through the motion of filming my video, my podcast episode. And I just figured the more exposure, if I'm doing it live, there's a chances of more people finding me live. And when I'm done with it, I can edit up, chop it up, add the pop-up videos and whatever snippet articles that I'm referring to, this and that, and clean that up into a full regular YouTube video and take the audio and I throw that on my Spotify, which then sends it to Apple Music and all these other platforms. So I'm
Yeah, that's
hitting
dope.
three different levels of whatever you want to call it. But that was my game plan. Just pretend I'm making a video recording, but it's actually live. Nobody's watching. So when I'm done, I'll just edit it.
That's how I was doing my movie reviews. When I was doing movie reviews, I would
Yeah.
start my live stream right, and then I'd be like, oh, whatever, and then I would stream it, and then I would immediately export it to YouTube or whatever I may be, and
Right.
so it'd be a YouTube thing. So I had like I have some some day one A1s that like way back, like right around before COVID when I was streaming, where they started following me, and they'll pop in every now and then. Where I'm like, dude,
That's cool.
you've been following me since like 2019. I mean, I only have like 50 some like people or whatever. I don't
That's
even know
cool.
what my YouTube is, but
Yeah.
some people like and we just common interest, and you just people like certain people, and
Yeah.
it's all love.
Do you multi-stream?
Yeah. Well, for some reason the program I was using to stream to YouTube, it like errored out my YouTube code. So
Oh.
I was only streaming to Kick and Twitch recently when I'm
Oh,
streaming.
okay.
So I was actually gonna redo that whole setup and just kind of restart everything and just trying to find a video and like a template of like, all right, use this to this and
Okay.
redo all my stuff that way. Like when I hit one button, it will just stream to everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I like to do.
Right.
But after I'm done, I kind of immediately export it to wherever I need to export it, and then clip whatever I want to clip because I remember something. So
Right. Yeah. The each topic that I had for the pod, I didn't choose that topic unless I was going to be able to clip it. That's how like I determined what was going to make my pod or not, or at least the topic, since it was like a solo thing.
mhm.
And so when like if I had a hook for like the beginning of my clip that I would normally record like on my pocket or whatever, I just made sure I did it like to my camera here, and I just made sure that I had a clear view of my face or whatever, and try to memorize whatever line I wrote down and just do it, just so that I can just kind of cut it and then play whatever video beneath me that I choose. But at least I don't have to redo it. You know what I mean? But it's I guess coming up with the process. It's kind of the hard part. And then on top of all the other shit, making your software works, do you have the capabilities to multi-stream? I didn't until I built the PC, and that was a whole thing to try to learn how to do, and money forking out for that.
Fuck yeah, you're telling me.
Learning lighting and cameras and how to use I have a fucking Rodecaster for my audio inputs, like it's XLR cabled in,
Yeah.
like it's a whole bunch of shit I had no idea what the fuck
Yeah, you go
any of
down that
this.
rabbit hole. Like I was been looking at stuff to buy, and I'm like I was telling you the green screen thing, and then just like other stuff because I was thinking about getting a new camera and all this shit. And like
Mm-hmm.
I was even thinking about getting a new mic because someone was like, "Oh, I'll buy your mic." And I'm just like slowly piecing stuff together, like where I'm like in my mind, I'm gonna do, and
Right.
that's the beauty. Like that's why I love streaming video games because that's the randomness of getting the content that could be fun. Is because sometimes I'll play a game and the craziest shit will happen that I don't expect to happen when I'm playing something,
Right.
and I'm like, what the fuck? This is like a crazy thing that happened to me, or like just a crazy experience of I dealt with this. Like even like playing a game, like oh shit, like a game is tied. I'm about to fucking have like the ball, setting up for the drama, and people love that shit. And it's like it makes me like all hype. I'm like, oh shit, like I'm doing this.
Right.
I'm like
Right.
recording, and I'm like, oh, this would be cool to clip in order to like send it to my YouTube or whatever. And it's like, oh shit. So it's fun. That's why I like the randomness of the video game prospect or aspect of it.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
Yeah. You're gonna have a fun time structuring the podcast thing for sure.
Yeah, I just know I'm gonna be like obsessed because that's how my mentality. Like
Same. Yeah.
even like it, dude, daily, bro. Daily, I'll be at work, I'll be wherever, even at the gym. I'll start writing notes in my phone, just
Yeah.
of stuff that I think. Like I have stuff in my phone now where I'm like,
That's good
that's a
practice,
great
I think.
idea. Yeah, I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna bank this idea, and then we'll bring it up at a later date. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
cool. It's cool as fuck, man.
I'll bookmark stuff I come across social
That's
media.
why. That's why I'm sorry I sent you so many reels. I was like, we can talk about this shit.
No, yeah, for
There's
sure.
so many reels. I'm sure tomorrow we'll talk about some stuff, but
Yeah.
I mean, I have my list of conspiracy theories in front of me right now, which is the long list. It's like, goddamn.
If you want to do another block again, if you want to go through the motion of prepping and figuring out what your angle is on the topic and question that you would
I mean,
ask.
I have like what 1, 2, 3. I have 11 conspiracy theory aspects. No,
Yeah,
12.
pick whatever
12.
one you feel like diving into, and
Yeah, whatever one would be fun.
yeah,
I'm
for
definitely
sure.
down.
Yeah,
So,
well, 'cause my episodes usually my goal is at least get a strong hour. I may record for 2 or
yeah.
3.
I was figuring we were shooting around the 2 range for stuff, so that works.
Yeah, I noticed that all of the podcasts that I listen to all are like an hour to like an hour and 30 at most.
Yeah.
And it's action packed, it's formatted, it's structured, welcome everybody, and then they do the housekeeping, whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, but it's usually a strong hour that I've noticed. So I'm trying to do that, but it's just hard because
Dude, one day I streamed a video game for like 6 hours, dude. I literally was just like, I'm fucking streaming all day. I'm not giving a fuck. I was
damn.
so exhausted after that. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that
But I had
sounds
like some random ass people popping in and out, and it was like at one point I had to take a shit, so I was gone for like 45 minutes or something like that. And I was just like, I did not expect that, but it was just like, fuck.
if
Did it though.
if you had to stream on one platform only and just run with it, which one would you pick?
I think, well, I think Twitch is still the OG, right? But I think Kick's kind of like taken over as the prime one to stream on. But
Yeah.
YouTube I like a lot because if there's a lot of outlets on YouTube, so I would probably go YouTube, honestly.
Okay. I was about to say I would pick YouTube personally.
Yeah, I would probably, yeah, YouTube's good.
I think the what do you call it? It, you're able to be found easier, I feel, on YouTube.
Yeah, there's random people pop in my YouTube feed where I'm like, what the hell is this guy
Exactly.
saying?
And that almost never happens on
Yeah,
Twitch or Kick. You
yeah.
really got to look.
The algorithm too.
Yeah, on YouTube for sure. Like I was looking at ways people utilize Twitch and Kick, like strategy on how to get most viewers. Like you're pretty much gonna have to find a fucking random ass game where there's not a lot of people playing, but there's the
That's what
demand
I do.
for,
Yep.
and
I have this
do
game called Half Sword. It's like this medieval fighting game, right?
uh
And it's like physics based, but it's very niche and it's very obscure. And like I feel like it's very popular, but not a lot of people play it. So when I
right.
streamed that, I felt like I had a bunch of people just fucking hopping in. When I clipped it, people were like liking it. Like I remember I clipped it within like an hour, I had like 1,000 views. And I was like, oh shit. I
Yeah.
was like, that's pretty crazy. So I was like, God damn. So
And
just
from
gotta
what I
keep doing
hear,
that shit. Yeah.
that's the sauce right there. I guess it just depends on if you get a lot of momentum. Is that like a game you want to stick to
Yeah.
because that's what people want to see, or do you want to play whatever you want?
Yeah, I've started so many games, and then I was like, "All right, this is a series," and I'll do like part one, and then I'll be like, "All right, I'll finish this game," and then it's like I never touch it again. I'm like, "Fuck,
Yeah.
I need to like actually do a whole full playthrough of something."
And from what I understand, people really are hardcore about following games, you know.
Yeah,
So I don't know if I see myself ever doing. I'd rather just have meaningful
that's why
conversation with people and
that's why I
podcasts.
was like, I want to get in the podcast realm because I feel like that would be better for me.
Yeah. And if I can go live and stream and potentially like interact with people listening, hopefully while not at the detriment of being a good listen, that's the balance. And like I said, sometimes I feel like I'm making it hard for myself because I could just record it clean, video clean,
Like a 10-minute, 15-minute segment of one topic, and just like, yeah,
move on to
I
the
get it.
next thing, get it
Yeah,
perfect. But the live streaming thing makes things super dynamic and on the fly, unpolished, could I say?
I like
So
that though. I appreciate that because it kind of goes off the rails. Like we talked about, I
yeah,
forgot, like an hour ago, we were talking about something. We just like started debating about something else.
yeah,
And it
yeah,
was like, I was like, oh shit, like I didn't think it was gonna go that route. Where I was like, all right. And
right,
I know kudos to all the people that like actually like journalists and everyone that
yeah,
comes out and they got to interview like these important like figures, public figures or celebrities or whatever it may be.
right.
You ask a question and you like get a response and it triggers something in your mind. You're like, oh shit, let me ask him this too. Where it's like, oh damn.
Without it
So
running too away from the original question or like
yeah,
without, yeah, that's to me, that's all part of the art for sure.
um, it
But
is an art. So
yeah, um,
well, I think I'm pretty tapped now. So I think
yeah, for
call
sure.
it for till tomorrow, my friend.
Yeah, definitely. Kyle,
Oh man, I'm
definitely
not drinking
appreciate
Jameson no more, man. I had to eat some fucking Tums right now. Dude. That's how I'm getting old, man. It's like,
you, millennial. I appreciate your time
oh,
today.
appreciate you having me, man.
It was a lot of
It's always a
fun.
pleasure.
I'm sure we're gonna be keeping a close eye on Wemby and Luca and their matchup going through the season. I'm sure text messaging will go really fast in either direction if they match up, and whoever wins or loses, it'll be fun.
I'm not. I'm telling you, I'm not on either on one side or the other. I'm just saying, like potential wise. Yeah.
We got to rewatch what exactly was said too at the.
I think we were both like so arguing about the whole thing. It just like got so like we're stepping on each other's toes, you know. So
I'm for it. That's potting, baby.
yeah, it is.
You're like,
yeah, dude. I'm not drinking Jameson no more. Fuck that. Oh, dude, I feel like I'm gonna puke, man.
Okay, I'll let you go.
Happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone.
Happy St. Patty's Day, everybody.
Thanks for having me.
We're gonna run it back tomorrow. A little bit more structured, a little bit more current event, less sports centric.
Because people I have watched, they'll be like, "Oh, you're just talking about NBA. I know nothing." I'm like, "Well, sorry." The ones that do,
sorry.
have fun. You know, enjoy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. Tomorrow will be a little bit more well rounded. All right, Kyle. Have a good night.
All right, man. All right, brother.
Catch you tomorrow. Peace.
Yeah, later.
Late.